Alright, welcome everybody to the live stream. We are live here on YouTube and we are getting ready to go racing. Drivers have already started their engines. I was not expecting no pre-race. And then I forgot my earbuds upstairs, so I had to run upstairs and grab those real quick. But we are ready to go racing, so we got a fun start to the race. So we got, based on qualifying, we got probably, I'd say, six... well, we got, wait, is that six? Yeah, the top six are all playoff drivers. We got probably four I would consider underdogs inside the top 10. Michael McDowell starting fourth. That's amazing. Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace, I would probably say, are both long shots to win tonight. Corey LaJoie is one of the longest shots you could go ahead and put the bet on. But, yeah, so that top 10 is crazy in terms of who's all running where. Or who's starting where. So let's just pull up, so we already got Twitter and Facebook taken care of, so. Here we go. So yeah, so Kevin Harvick, this is a site of one of his last shots to, this is probably one of his last shots to get a win in his, farewell season. Alright, just sharing that around real quick, and we are here and ready to go. Welcome to everybody in the stream. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in so far. It's a nice, as they were here for a little earlier than originally expected. The start time was moved up on Friday, either Friday it was moved up on Friday from from the original 7:30 start time to this new 4:30 or to this new 6:30 start time for the race. So we are getting ready to go here. Alright, wow, we got 15, or we got, not 15, we got 11 people hopping in here already. Thank you guys, by the way, for everybody that's tuning in. Of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future content. But, yeah. Oh, not sure why the engines were fired down temporarily, but they just said that NASCAR just told the drivers to start the engines back up. That's a little weird. That would imply that they were told to shut them down. Possibly weather in the area. I'm waiting on. I got some friends at the track that are hopefully going to be feeding me some information about the developing weather situation. I just don't get how Corey LaJoie managed to get 10th here. Then we got Reddick and Blaney starting in row 6. Austin Dillon and Ryan Preece having some great qualifying runs there. Kevin Harvick having a pretty poor qualifying run. Same with Ross Chastain and Suarez sharing a row here outside the top 20. And I say Joey Logano, another really rough start, and Kyle Larson going to be having to start from the rear of the field here. All right, let's see. What's the kind of keeping a tab on the radar. I've got some friends who are at the track, so they should hopefully be able to feed me information about the rain. Alright, so here we go. Hey JP, how's it going? Nice to see you popping into the chat here as we're getting ready to go. Alright. So, hey Derek, how's it going? Rooting for Larson? Well, he's got to go last to first, but we know Kyle Larson loves to do that, as it's been told many times. As a kid even, he liked to start last on racing video games so he could have cars to pass. So, hey, you never know. Maybe Larson can find his way through the field, similar to Justin Allgaier last night, who picked up the win in the Xfinity Series race. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Who's getting eliminated? Ooh, good question. Personal bias completely aside, Mike McDowell and Stenhouse will both be out after this race. I don't see either one of them winning, and they are pretty much must-wins. All right, let's see. Let me look at the actual grid here and just take a look. So, you've got Bubba Wallace. I think he's too far back unless someone has a catastrophic day inside the top 12. Now, I think Martin Truex Jr. gets in. So, who do I think gets bumped out? I'm rooting against Joey Logano, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much. I'm not rooting for Logano. But I wouldn't be surprised if Harvick potentially has a bad day, which costs him a spot in the playoffs. Chastain and Logano, though, having poor qualifying efforts too. Any of those drivers could potentially be on the bubble to potentially get eliminated here at Bristol tonight. And the weather is going to be a big factor, and the fact that the three drivers around that cut line are former champions is pretty interesting. But oh, the engines are shut off again? Are you kidding me? Come on, NASCAR. So the engines are shut down again for now. Let's see if I got my Switch controller around here. That should do for Mario Kart. Or, actually, I don't even know if I have Mario Kart in my thing right now. Let me look around real quick. Just trying to see if I got my Switch ready for mid-race content. Because if we don't have any, if it's gonna be raining, we may have to fill some time here. Real quick, something that was announced yesterday, I didn't talk as much about on the broadcast as I probably should have. Bristol confirmed that Bristol Dirt will be gone for next year, and that is so disappointing, considering NASCAR had finally gotten their dirt product very good. Because the April race this year was amazing, and then to lose that after we finally got it good is so heartbreaking. But hey, you know what? Hopefully, Pavement Bristol in the spring can provide as much excitement as it has in the past, because it has been a good race. Problem is that the attendance and the weather have not cooperated for 10-15 years on Spring Bristol, so here we go. So a little bit of precipitation, it sounds like, at the track. Obviously, that's why they keep firing up and firing down the car. So, as I say, we're going to be going racing as soon as the rain's out the way, but they're going to commercial break, and early commercial break. So, as I say, if you guys have any NASCAR-based questions for me in the chat, you guys can go ahead and ask them. Alright, let's see. So here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna say schedule. Hopefully, will be released here soon to have the full 2024 schedule. I'm looking at the idea of possibly putting together a video, probably coming out this week about what I hope the schedule looks like. Unfortunately, gotta make a revision to that list because I had Bristol Dirt on there, and I still want Bristol Dirt, but since it's confirmed, I want to try and get as much right as I can, and at the moment, that wouldn't be Bristol Dirt. Oh, and they're back from commercial break. That was a short commercial break. So, engine's fired up, and yeah, there's a small cell, and this is the problem with pavement Bristol, is that you don't need a lot of rain to shut down the oval, but on the dirt can absorb some of that moisture without going too far. Trust me, I know. I was there in 2022. I was there in 2022 for the race that Kyle Busch won, and it was definitely raining hard enough that would have stopped the pavement race, but the dirt surface was able to get there. So it looks like the rain may be clearing out. Okay, so it'll lighten up. Hope it'll stay light here until probably about looks like 8 or 9. It might be when it starts to get picked back up again. But yeah, man, this is a bummer though. I'm gonna just see if I got my controller here at hand. Alright, wasn't able to find my controller, but I grabbed an extra Gatorade here to hopefully get us through the race. Hey, big deal, how's it going? What state am I in? I'm up here in Maine. This is where I live, and yeah, it's cold. We're currently in the middle of what's supposed to be a hurricane, and I was pretty disappointed that we didn't get a hurricane. So, yeah, as a guy who formerly lived in Florida, yeah, when I heard hurricane, I was hoping hurricane. But ultimately, no. Let's see. The drivers climb out the cars. Let's see, I see. Oh no, is that the crews? That's the crews walking away from the cars. We might be getting ready to roll. Here we go. All right, we're fired up. Okay, glad it didn't find my controller because I would not have had enough time to get through anything else here. And they are rolling off of the pit road here. Let's go. Let's go. Rolling off pit road here. The number 20 of Christopher Bell has the pole position, so that will be a good one. Of course, they're gonna have to roll. They're gonna be rolling back down through pit road at least one more time to check their pit road speed here. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let's see. So Kyle Busch, though, the winningest driver of Bristol in this in the field tonight, going to be looking for his first Bristol win of the new era here for him with the RCR cars. And yeah, those the front pack is having to slow way down here to make sure they don't lap anybody under the caution flag here. But yeah, we are getting ready here to go racing. Let me pull up the leaderboard over here. Also gonna quickly check my. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up another leaderboard here real quick for me to actually be able to read the leaderboard for you guys. That way I can actually scroll further than just the top 10. So Kyle Busch starting 15th. Reddick, he won last week. He has no worry of getting eliminated. He starts in the 12th position. Busher starting 20th is a little concerning, especially if the race may only be about 250 laps here as opposed to 500 laps, because if we are racing to halfway, which, again, with this much rain, we may be racing to halfway. Let's go. So it's 125 laps for stage 1 and stage 2. The final stage is halfway, so ultimately, at least we have one thing that's nice and simple tonight. Halfway or the end of stage 2 is usually the rule for, that's usually the rule for whether or not a race is official due to rain. So, like, if halfway comes before the end of stage 2, then obviously the race will be official before the second stage ends. But if the second stage ended before halfway, then we could potentially have the race be official before halfway. So a lot of technicalities here, but luckily tonight at least they're one and the same. Halfway and the end of stage 2 are both at the end of the lap 250, and that's the number we're racing to for right now, or we're at least keeping our eye on is that lap. Obviously, still a long way to go. Say 500 laps is still the projected distance, but again, the weather not looking great. Now let's see. I'm going to say Stenhouse is 25th here, starting position. So if he wants to win, he's going to have to come through the field as well. So yeah, so your playoff drivers definitely are starting in some interesting spots. McDowell and Bubba both being up in the top 10 is going to make the projections weird. All right, here we go. Alright, got my picks in for the race. I've got Busher finishing 8th or better. Larson finishing in the top 5. I have Bubba having a poor finish, just because I think there are so many drivers that I think are going to be fighting for those spots. I think Bubba may slide a little further back here. Then you got Truex, I think will finish 8th or better, and Keselowski finishing 7th or better. Hopefully all those picks will come to fruition, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. Let's see. Just kind of looking at some of the. Honestly, I mean, if Hamlin and Byron can get out of this first stage without a disaster, I think they will mathematically lock themselves in. I think, or at the very least, it will be very tough for them to get bumped out. I think technically they need to get through stage 1 and 2 before they can mathematically lock themselves in. Unless maybe if Hamlin or Byron end up winning stage 1. If one of those two wins stage 1, maybe they could make it happen, but that's still a lot of rain on the camera lens here as we're getting ready to go racing. Not sure if we're going to be able to go racing quite yet, but we're waiting. Hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Would love to see how high we can get our subscriber number. Last night was crazy. We ended up hitting 2,300 subscribers, and just looking to the future and seeing how high that number will go. So the BuildSubmarines.com machine for Chris Buescher tonight. Normally that's been a Brad Keselowski sponsor, but I guess they're sponsoring both cars on the team at different points throughout the season. Joey Logano's got his typical yellow banana machine, or school bus machine, however you want to go about it. So lights are on the pace car still. We're going to be continuing to pace, it looks like, for at least another lap or two. As we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, they want to make sure that they get that this track is actually raceable. They're going to probably, if NASCAR were smart, which they've shown plenty of examples throughout history, even recent history, of not being smart, they would ask every single driver and crew chief, are we ready to go, before to confirm that the drivers think this track is raceable. All right. Byron's crew giving him a pep talk like we're ready to go racing. So, sounds like they think it's dry enough to go racing here. Because that's kind of your... Yeah. Alright, here we go. So, yep, we're ready to go racing. Let's see. Let me know who you guys think's getting eliminated from this playoffs here. I asked on Twitter, but didn't actually get any response, I don't think. Let me double check right now, just see if we had any last minute responses to the poll. Or not to the poll, but to the question that I posed on YouTube, on Twitter. Nope, no responses, so. Yeah, of course, let me know who you guys think is going to get eliminated, though, because I think there's 2 to 3 that are easy bumps. Unfortunately, I think Bubba's an easy bump. He needed last week to go way better. Like, last week was his chance to build up a gap. And then managing Bristol would have been possible. Now, gaining 19 points at Bristol, I don't know if that's possible, especially looking at who he's trying to gain on. It could happen, but I wouldn't bet on it. Then you've got Michael McDowell, who needs to win. And this is the best start he's ever had on an oval, but I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say he would be a lock to try and win Bristol. Same thing with Stenhouse. So I think those 3 are pretty easy bets. Then the question is, who do you put at 4 as the 4th person out? Because whoever that is, it's going to be a fight all night long between champions of the sport. You got Martin Truex Jr. -7. You got Joey Logano +13. You got Kevin Harvick +7. I mean, that's 3 NASCAR confirmed champions who are going to be trying to get this one. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull up the actual... Oh, no! Come on! No! NASCAR is bringing them back on the pit road. No! So NASCAR bringing them back on the pit road here. Alright, so let's see. So, real quick. So, Logano's +12. Christopher Bell +12. Or, Christopher Bell +13. Buescher's only +13. So, if Buescher has a bad night tonight, he could see himself eliminated. And any year prior, in all of history, I probably would have said Buescher gets eliminated. But that RFK team and Chris Buescher have looked untouchable so far. Yeah, the last couple of weeks, so I would not bet on them getting eliminated. 18 points above for Ross Chastain. I think he's the last driver that could get eliminated based on something going catastrophically wrong, but because I think Kyle Busch, Blaney, and Keselowski, if they can avoid catastrophe here, their 20+ point gaps over the cut line should be very safe. Yeah, those are some of the safer ones here. So yeah, nine. Okay, so we think Truex gets eliminated. So Linda thinks Truex gets eliminated, along with Michael McDowell in the 34, the 23 of Bubba Wallace, and I don't see a fourth number there, so I don't know who your fourth person out, but I'm assuming Stenhouse would be the fourth there, because he's a pretty, again, I think he's a safe pick to be potentially out. My mom thinks thinks McDowell will be out and Bubba will be out. Okay, who are your other two, Mom? Do you think, I'm assuming you are not counting Stenhouse as a win. Is he an official must-win? 22 points out, not officially a must-win for him or Bubba, but it certainly is not a safe pick. So, I'm assuming Stenhouse is going to be out for both of you guys, but again, that fourth slot is the interesting one. So, Linda thinks Truex joins the list of people that are going to be out of this one. But, man, it's a bummer to see them pull in those cars down pit road. We're going to have to wait and see. Are they going to instruct the drivers to climb out the cars here? If so, we may have to come up with something for pre-race here. I'm trying to see if I have my... I still believe my controller's around here somewhere, but I just don't know where I put it. But, anyway, we got ourselves a pretty good race getting ready to go, though. Hopefully it'll happen tonight. If not, it'll happen tomorrow, and it will change my plans as to doing the... And that will be the only thing that will affect my plans, really, of what I'm doing tomorrow for content. Because tomorrow, the plan was that I'm going to be streaming the Jets-Cowboys game with my dad, but if the race is going on, obviously I won't be doing that, so... Here we go. We're just kind of waiting for this thing to go green. I think we're all kind of getting a little antsy here, waiting here. As they're going to go to commercial break, so... Here we go. Alright, let's see. What else do we got? For non-playoff drivers starting in good positions, let's see. We got Elliott, Ty Gibbs, and Corey LaJoie up in the top 10. I don't anticipate Corey LaJoie staying there, but hey, you know what? A great qualifying run from him. Bowman and Briscoe starting 13th and 14th, respectively. Hey, it could be an interesting day for them. Carson Hocevar trying to prove that he is a worthy driver of the additional Spire car, which Spire actually just acquired for next year, the charter of the number 78 car. So, reports have it that could be used as either to give them a spot for both Hocevar and Zane Smith. So, man, nose is really stuffed up right now, but we've got for the Spire Motorsports cars. Now they got 3 charters. The thought process is that Corey LaJoie, we know, is back. He signed a multi-year extension with them. I would anticipate Hocevar being in the 77, and this third car, whatever the number ends up being, I would anticipate Zane Smith being the pick there to try and get this one, to try and get him some seat time here for potentially what's the team's name? Trackhouse. There we go. So Trackhouse potentially gonna sign Zane Smith and officially lease him out to the Spire Motorsports team. Could be interesting. Yeah, I kind of figured Ricky Stenhouse was your fourth one there, Linda. But, yep. All the precipitation supposedly heading towards that, towards the south side. So maybe we can avoid this one. But right now the rain is just absolutely, yeah, hate the rain. So I hadn't actually gotten a chance to see much of the Kansas race, hence why there wasn't a race review out. But man, it was like, let's see Tyler Reddick get the win. I was a little disappointed when I saw that Bubba Wallace had as bad a day as he did, but all right, here we go. So right now we're just kind of waiting this one out. Let's see. So yeah, the battle to be one of those to be one of the guys moving on, that'll be an interesting one that we'll follow all night long. Again, unless McDowell, Stenhouse, or Bubba are in the fight for the win, I think the entire conversation will be around Truex versus Harvick versus Logano. I think those three names are the ones I've got circled. Christopher Bell starting on pole is definitely a little bit better. Is not one I'm overly worried about. Buescher, another driver, even though he's only about 13 points above, his recent track record is way too good to count him out here. All right. So let's see. All right, so the team's being told to clean the windshields. That definitely shows confidence that they think they could get back racing here. Or I say back racing, that they could get racing here soon. It's hard to really tell, but because again, the TV is so hard, and engines are refired. They're refiring up the engines here. Let's go. But yeah, say with Bristol being a valley, it's so hard to predict storms. Say it's kind of on the side of a hill. So Bristol's kind of down here-ish. Let me make sure I can actually see my camera so I'm making the right hand motion. So you got Bristol down low here, but then they've got a drag strip there, which is way up here and then curves even further up. So there's a ton of height there difference, and there we go. Now we hear the engines refiring. Love to hear that sound as we get ready to go back pacing and hopefully go back racing here. Luckily, I don't think that, unlike some tracks, I don't think the fuel burn potentially under the caution flag while they were, or under the pacing while they were waiting this one out is going to affect them like they would at, say, Daytona International Speedway. But, yeah, so, yeah, Bristol being right on the side of a hill definitely hurts its ability to predict the weather, so. Here we go. Harvick, Truex, and Logano. Those are the three drivers I've got circled. I think we're going to see a Cup champion missing out on the playoffs. Let's say, now they're showing some highlights from last night, or I guess not highlights because an issue for Parker Kligerman ended up hurting his start to his playoff day. In fact, let's take a look at the Xfinity Series playoffs. I want to see where Kligerman stands after race one. But, yeah, there was a ton of issues further back, though. Austin Hill being another one who had the issues. He got wrecked by his teammate. So, yeah, so Josh Berry, 24 points below the cut line in the Xfinity Series playoffs. Parker Kligerman, 22 below. Sam Mayer and Jeb Burton also being below the cut line after race one. I think we're going to have to wait and see after what happens at Texas before we can really make a ton of predictions, because Texas is a weird track because it doesn't produce interesting racing, but it produces interesting results from time to time. I'm actually surprised to see Austin Hill. He's still plus 21 after getting wrecked last night, so honestly a pretty good day there for that, but for a pretty good result considering the situation. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this Xfinity playoffs could be very volatile because I think easily you could see someone like Clearman or Sam Mayer below the cut line win at the Charlotte Road Course, which would flip the script on their heads in the final race because that's the cut race for the Xfinity Series playoffs. So that could be a big factor. All right, here we go. So yeah, drivers like Byron Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Tyler Reddick. For those drivers, they're all looking at this and trying to collect as many playoff points as they can because they need playoff points obviously to advance through the rounds. Any regular points don't really transfer with them, so I mean it would help them obviously secure their way in. But for Reddick and Larson in particular, they're already locked in. They don't care anything about points. They are only here to try and win stages and win the race. So here we go. Cars are rolling and ready to go racing. Hopefully. Let's see. Lights are off on the pace car. Let's go. Pace car, lights are off. Let's see. Is it about to dive for cover here? Pace car dives for cover. We're going to see some racing here tonight. Let's go. Field in the hands of number 20, Reese's Toyota, as Christopher Bell launches green flag in the air, and we are racing at Bristol. And Michael McDowell up to second place. He follows Christopher Bell through as Denny Hamlin has a little bit of a bad start here, allowing both Christopher Bell and Michael McDowell to get on through here early in the race. In the first lap, allowing both of those drivers to get through there. That's very much not what Hamlin wanted, although here you go. Hamlin back to the inside here. He's going to try and get underneath Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell possibly experimenting early or missed his line, allowing for that pass to happen. But as long as Denny Hamlin or as long as Michael McDowell can stay in the fight for the whole night, because McDowell, he is a winner. Go home. There's no way. I mean, running third right now, he's 29 points out. There's not 29 points on the track for him to go get. So now maybe a catastrophic day, but even for everybody ahead of him, but it's hard to see that happening. Chase Elliott losing spots here now, getting Blaney to the inside of Chase Elliott here in that black and gold Camaro there. Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman now the next couple of guys trying to get underneath of Chase Elliott, not allowing Chase Elliott to the bottom. And similar to the last few races we've had this weekend, the bottom line definitely seems like it's the preferred line early on. That sticky stuff on the bottom, it's very hard to see anybody having success out of it early on. Now, as we saw in last night's Xfinity race, though, that bottom became very hard to use very, very late in the race. So, could still be a problem for some of these drivers going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, these front two, though, they can just settle in here. They've got a bit of a gap to third now because Michael McDowell's car definitely not quite as fast as those Joe Gibbs Toyotas are. But again, McDowell just needs to stay in the fight. Maybe he'll have a shot on a late race restart if he has any hope of advancing. Because I don't think he has the raw speed to go ahead and make something happen here. Alright, so let's see. We got 25 people in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. But yeah, right now, Busher and Chastain working together here trying to make their way through. And Harvick currently showing as the first car out. Bubba Wallace, though, he's within shot of the playoffs. He's currently only -7, and let's see, he does have 7 points he can get on the track without having to win the race. But yeah, these guys, Bristol is a very tough track physically. I mean, there's just no way to make this an easy one around here. All right, here we go. So the points as they run are going to be a fun one to watch all night long. Martin Truex Jr. currently 15 points above the cut line. They're already coming up to lap somebody? Are you kidding me? They're already coming up to lap traffic here, as Mike McDowell has now lost 3 seconds to the leader here. And he's currently doing everything he can to fight off William Byron in fourth here. But yeah, this one's going to be an interesting one. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so. Yeah, I mean, that battle for the lead, though. It's basically become a Toyota show here. Let's see what we got going on. So yeah, again, not much Michael McDowell can really do here. I mean, he's only 10 points behind. He's only 10 points out of the playoffs. But again, the problem. So he may have an avenue on points if he can just run third all day long, collect some good stage points. Maybe it isn't a must-win for Michael McDowell. If it isn't, that will be incredible. It'll take some wrecks and stuff in the back from some of the other contenders, but it honestly isn't the worst thing in the world for him, so. I mean, hey, you never know. Let's see. But, I'm going to say Ty Gibbs has settled into the 5th position here. Martin Truex Jr. 6th. 7th for Keselowski. Tyler Reddick has now entered the top 10, so Tyler Reddick moving forward. That's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly flag the guys I got picked here for the fantasy, because I want to make sure I got the right. I want to make sure I know who I need to move into my garage for the NASCAR fantasy game here. All right, so let's see. Kyle, Brad Busher, and then Byron Hamlin. Okay, so just going to flag them on my personal roster. As long as I don't refresh my page, it shouldn't mess up the screen region for the leaderboard for you guys. Since this is only since I only really need this for myself, I don't need this for you guys. Let's see. Busher. And where has Larson gotten to so far? Larson already up to 29th place after starting in the tail of the field here. So, there we go. So, right now, Larson's my worst driver, but we still got a long way to go here in, even just in stage 1. So, let's see. Oh, Suarez has fallen all the way to the tail end of the lead lap already? What is wrong with Suarez's car? There you go, Daniel. Christopher Bell looking to the bottom there, trying to move the 99 off the bottom here. And there we go. Yep. Christopher Bell ultimately was able to wedge the 99 off the bottom there and gets the 99 moved off the bottom. 99 is going to lose at least 2 spots there as he goes and loses his lap. All right, let's see. So they've now lapped BJ McLeod and Daniel Suarez in 35th place. That is rough. Ryan Newman's up to 30th, though. He's actually he's not running bad for a driver in Rick Ware equipment trying to make something happen here. But, all right, they're going to their first commercial break of the day, which means we get to talk. Just kind of hang out again, just kind of talking about which champion. LaJoie is hanging in there pretty well, too. He's lost a little bit of time to the car in front of him, but he's running 8th place right now. That is impressive. Of course, he's got 2 2311 cars behind him that are going to be tough to beat. And in fact, all 6 Toyotas inside the top 10. That is impressive for Toyota. And certainly something I'm sure they're proud of to see them having that many drivers that far up the field. So, welcome to everybody in the chat. We got 36 people in the stream right now. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. Of course, we're getting ready. We're actually racing now. We're 31 laps into the 125 first stage. There is a lot of weather in the area, so if we get to halfway, which is the end of stage 2, this race would be official, and we would be racing to the rain, essentially. Obviously, we're hoping we don't end up getting to that point, because, yeah, it can be tough here. But, yeah, we're getting ready to go here. Let's see. Just trying to see what else I need to have up. So yeah, so after stage 2 ends, I'm gonna switch my featured drivers over to my to my other picks for the actual race finish. But like right now, as long as Larson stays lead lap, I don't really care where he's running. But yeah, the NASCAR commercials are always cool to see. As long as they aren't using promotional material, because the one thing I hate when they are showing promotional material is when NASCAR uses stuff that they deem actions detrimental to stock car racing. When they use stuff that they penalize people for that, and then they use that as the promotion. Like, for example, the Matt Kenseth wrecking Joey Logano incident at Martinsville, or potentially even the Hail Melon. I mean, Hail Melon wasn't given a penalty or anything for actions detrimental or anything to stock car racing, but it was, the rules were changed to outlaw the move, so we're not going to see that move at Martinsville in 2 weeks, or in 2 months, sorry. But, yeah, so we aren't going to see the Hail Melon at Martinsville unless somebody breaks a rule, but it's just kind of that one thing that they're going to use it in promotional material, and I don't blame them. They're doing what they need to for the business, but it just kind of seems contradictory to use it in their promotion if they're going to outlaw it. And Ty Gibbs making some real progress here. He's going to try and put some pressure on William Byron for 4th here. Let's go. Come on, Ty Gibbs. I'd love to see him go up here and pressure the top 5 for some spots. Especially if he can take some of the heat off of Michael McDowell. If he can go ahead and attack Byron, potentially give Michael McDowell a little bit of breathing room here to just kind of run back down the top 2. In fact, Michael McDowell, he's brought it back to within a second of the top 2 due to lap traffic. So it's only a 1 second gap now between Michael McDowell in 3rd and Christopher Bell in 1st here. So it's definitely achievable here. In fact, Michael McDowell is now right on the back bumper, I believe, of Denny Hamlin here. No, I know. Actually, Michael McDowell does have one more car to pass. Sorry, before he gets to Denny Hamlin's bumper. But yeah, Christopher Bell, he knows he doesn't have room to make a mistake here. But Kyle Larson, that's going to be the one. He's still in 28th place, and as they start to lap cars, that will be the one we're focusing on. If Kyle Larson gets lapped early, that could be a big hindrance to him. So they have now lapped. So it's JJ Ailey is the car between Michael McDowell and Denny Hamlin here that they need to pass. The next car, right now, as Bell goes to the inside, Bell gets by Austin Cindric, and Christopher Bell is about to realize just how hopeless getting by the next car is going to be. Because, yeah, that next car is Ryan Newman. And Ryan Newman doesn't get passed easily. He's running 31st here. And he may not be fast, but he certainly is not going to make it easy on you. So, here we go. So here we go. Michael McDowell coming up behind the 15, but now he has to get by Cindric here. Chris Buescher, let's see. Where is Buescher running? Buescher currently stuck in 20th position, right around where he started. He hasn't really gained or lost any spots from the start of the race. So yeah, Chris Buescher kind of just stuck in neutral right now. As we get later into the race and the line starts to widen out, I think you will see some of those drivers who have better cars, Larson, Buescher, Harvick even. I think you'll see those guys start moving towards the front. And I think you'll see guys like Corey LaJoie, Mike McDowell, potentially Bubba Wallace starting to fade a little bit. I can't imagine. If Mike McDowell wins here tonight, it will be insane. Especially for me being a big Mike McDowell fan. I want to see him in this playoff. I want to see him continue into this playoffs. And again, if he can get through this first round, I said this pre-playoff, and you guys can go back. The streams are still up. I've said this the entire time. If Mike McDowell gets through this first round, round 2 lines up so well for that 34 team. And now Bell gets by Newman. There we go. That's a big one. But now Newman's not going to lay over for Hamlin. So Hamlin's going to have to try and work his way around Newman. Oh, Hamlin looking the outside here to try and get around Newman. Not going to work yet. So Newman's starting to provide some gap here for Christopher Bell to start to stretch this one back out. Michael McDowell also stuck in traffic here. I don't know if he's gotten by the 15 because they aren't showing him yet, but the 2 of Austin Cindric is still in between him and Hamlin anyway. But Harvick turning some pretty good laps, so we're just going to have to wait and see. Where is Harvick running? Has he made significant progress up the field? Kevin Harvick is in 18th, so ultimately, I think he's gained like 2 spots since the start of the race. So that's going to be an interesting one to follow throughout the race. So here we go. 2 Bristol wins, but the last time Joey Logano won at Bristol was 2015. Now, granted, he's won this race in the past, so maybe we see Logano go out there and do it again, but it has been a long time since Joey Logano has won this race, so it's not an easy one, that's for sure. But yeah, glad to see Dale Jr. back up in the booth though tonight. I wasn't sure after he caught fire in the Xfinity Series race, but I'm assuming since he's up in the booth, he isn't significantly injured, and not to mention he was bragging about the fact that he caught fire to some of the reporters. So you don't usually brag about something like that if it's an actual serious injury, but so right now Larson up 12 spots so far early in the race. Nobody else has gained more than 6 spots, so Kyle Larson's carving his way through the field pretty effectively. The problem is he has a lot of cars to carve his way through. He's up to 24th right now. But he's going to continue just being on that edge of the lead lap here. And those, because they are keeping that cut line battle here very close. So let's see. So the top 4 are all playoff drivers. You got William Byron, you got Michael McDowell still up there fighting for this one. But, let's see. Mike McDowell has about a 1-second gap between himself and William Byron on the in terms of the pressure on him as a driver here. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, Sunday Night Football, Patriots Dolphins. That's a big game up here. You got a bunch of coworkers who are Dolphins fans. Got a bunch of coworkers who are Patriots fans, so that's gonna be a big one around the Walmart on Sunday. Oh, we got a yellow! We got a yellow! Not sure what the yellow's for. We're under caution, or we're under commercial break, and we're under the caution flag for the first time tonight. We are under the caution flag for the first time tonight. Here we go. Let's see what the caution flag is for. I don't know what it is for. We're gonna have to wait until we see. Waiting for potentially a lap-by-lap thing to update us. In case that updates before we get the thing back. let's see. All right, here we go. So the caution flag flies. Not sure what it's for. So AJ Allmendinger. All right, so Christopher Bell moves Allmendinger to get by, and then the 16 tries to run the top for Denny Hamlin to try and give Denny Hamlin some room, and that's a little too high. Scrapes the fence and comes back down in front of the 2. The 2 got some air there off the back of the 16. So that's 2 drivers in some major trouble here early on. Luckily, neither are playoff drivers, but yeah, there was just not enough, nothing Allmendinger necessarily did wrong outside of giving the leaders too much space, but ultimately a mistake like that, it will definitely come back to bite him potentially here. As we come down pit road here. Yeah, that track position right now is very important. I agree. I think I would stay out here if I'm one of the guys who's been in the back and hasn't made progress. So maybe if I'm Larson, I pit, but everybody else, Busher and the others, I think we go ahead and see them stay out here. Win stage 1. Putting up the poll here for stage 1. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. All right, Christopher Bell. All right, they're doing they've got the pit stops there. Big. Michael McDowell, 2 tires to the lead of the race. Brad Keselowski and Alex Bowman, the other drivers that are taking 2 tires that are going to start top 10 here. But Michael McDowell is leading at Bristol. Let's go. I'm going to try and do it based on where I think people were running before the caution flag, though. Hamlin. Michael McDowell. And other. Let's put in the other option, and we are good to go. So we're getting ready for, we're 72 laps in. It does not feel like it. We have the laps are just clicking off real quick here. Just going to go ahead and put up the same poll over on Twitter, as we normally do here. So who wins stage number 1? Let's go ahead and put up Christopher Bell. Denny Hamlin. Let's go ahead and put in Michael McDowell, because that's how we did it. Michael McDowell. And honestly, if McDowell has the lead, he may have a shot at this one. If he isn't, it'll be tough to see him go ahead and get this one. So here we go. Let's go ahead and make this just a short 15-minute poll here for the for Twitter. BassProShopsNightRace at Bristol. All right. Oh, 11 car penalized for speeding here. That's gonna hurt. to see him. All right, there we go. Went and put the poll up over on Twitter as well, and yeah, we're good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and take that down, and we're ready to go back racing here. So the top 6 have stayed out. All right, here we go. We're ready to go. They're doubled up. Choose code has happened. Corey LaJoy, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, and Todd Gilliland, the drivers who stayed out to gain track position here. Surprised that Reddick didn't stay out here. All right, here we go. Green flags out, and we are racing at. They were racing once again here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's see. The 7 of Corey LaJoy trying to get out ahead of the 2311 machine for Bubba Wallace here. And that is a tough one to try and get ahead of every time here. Oh, man. I don't know why I started lagging all of a sudden, but here we go. All right, we got ourselves, Michael McDowell trying to get through the field here, but Christopher Bell getting through a little bit earlier here. I would not be surprised, though, if we see someone off that list end up getting this one. 3 wide in the middle of the pack here. Ryan Blaney looking at the bottom here, trying to make something happen. As Todd Gilliland continuing to stack up that inside line, allowing the outside to make something happen here. There we go. Martin Truex Jr. looking 3 wide on the inside. So Martin Truex Jr. gets by Todd Gilliland after going 3 wide with his teammate Ty Gibbs there on the bottom of the racetrack. Here we go. So that, the 54 of Ty Gibbs, he is looking very impressive here. Honestly, though, it's going to be a lot harder now that we got 8 playoff drivers in the top 10 for Michael McDowell to be able to have any shot of pointing his way in. Yeah, 26 points out for Michael McDowell. When all the playoff drivers were stuck in the mid-teens to 20s, it was a lot easier to see that happening. So here we go. Let's see. We got ourselves a pretty good, they got the restart. Imagine if Corey LaJoy wins stage number 1. That would be insane. We still got a long way to go, though. I mean, there's still over 30 laps to go. But LaJoy was able to hang on to a top 10 spot, and in fact, he actually gained spots on that first run, so I wouldn't say it's impossible. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, let's see. Just kind of keeping an eye on everything. Stats-wise, looks like we're doing okay. Not sure why YouTube's saying they're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth signal. Let me try closing out of an extra tab or 2 here. I don't really need my fantasy lineup until later in the race. But Christopher Bell now going by Reddick here for 4th here. How far can Christopher Bell get? Can he get all the way to the lead here? That will be the question. He's got the best car. Mike McDowell, though, he's hanging in here. He's still in 6th place. But So Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson both trying to make their way from the middle of the field forward here. All right, here we go. 40 laps to go here, so we still got a long way to go in stage 1. And there we go. Ryan Newman gets moved out the way. Newman now on the top side. Not exactly the preferred line here. As Denny Hamlin looks to the outside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here. All right, there we go. Let's see. So Denny Hamlin back in 26th place. That is going to be a massive amount for him to try and make a comeback here. And we got 42 people in stream. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning up. Of course, if you guys are new, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. But, yeah, here we go. Kevin Harvick leading the outside of his teammate. But, man, so there are some playoff drivers having some real problems here. Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick fighting for 25th here, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's Hamlin and Harvick here fighting for P25 here. Position number 25? Is that accurate? It might be 24th. So battle for position number 24 for, and there we go. Now, now the 4 car is way off now that he's been moved out the groove. It's going to, so he's continuing to fall further and further here. Oh, and Christopher Bell makes the pass on Ross Chastain, trying to continue his climb towards that top 2. Oh. Let's say, yeah, Kevin Harvick has no shot at stage points here, at least not in stage 1. But here we go. So let's see. Corey LaJoie, though. Can Corey LaJoie hold off Christopher Bell? Right now, Bubba Wallace is still in between the two. But if Christopher Bell gets ahead of Bubba Wallace here, we could potentially see ourselves having a battle for the lead here soon. But Corey LaJoie and Bubba Wallace still holding down the top 2 spots for now. We'll have to wait and see if that maintains the case here. But, yeah, let's go. So, let's say Harvick right now just trying to work the bottom. Again, you do not want to go a lap down if you're Kevin Harvick. If you go a lap down, and oh boy, if you don't get that free pass, you are gonna be in a very rough spot here. Where did I have or did I have Kevin Harvick picked? No, I did not. Okay, good. So here we go. Corey LaJoie leading laps here at Bristol. Man, this is a great sight to see. I love to see that 7 car running well. And especially since Spire Motorsports just paid $40 million reportedly for the Live Fast Motorsports charter. That is a massive amount of money to spend. And we're hoping that that investment is worth it to get a 3rd car, considering they recently... they were the team that supposedly sold 2 charters off to go give Colleague Racing their 2 charters. Supposedly that's where those charters came from for Colleague. So yeah, it certainly is no easy task. But here we go. We're going to commercial break, and we have about 25 to go. 25 more times around this track for the first stage. So, looks like we're somewhere in between Bell and, I'm assuming LaJoie or Bubba would be the other option that you guys would be picking. But, yeah, right now, the more laps wind off, though, Christopher Bell, not necessarily looking that safe. Real quick, I want to just take a quick peek at the Florida game. Florida Gators football. Ooh, it's actually a really close game here as we're winding down to the end of the first quarter for the Florida Gators. Let's go! I was hoping we were going to be able to keep it competitive with Tennessee, but man, if we can beat Tennessee, that would be amazing. Let's take a look at the other college football games from today. Because college football, I don't watch it a ton, but I'm following the Gators. So let's see. So Miami crushed whoever they were playing on Thursday night. Missouri ends up beating Kansas State. That is impressive. University of Missouri taking that one. Penn State beating Illinois 30-13 earlier today in one of the noon games. Florida State barely survives an encounter with Boston College, but Florida State, the 3rd ranked college football team in the nation right now, going up against Boston College. They squeak away the win. LSU beats Mississippi State 41-14 in that game. So I know my LSU friend over at work is going to be happy tomorrow when we see each other. And oh, we got a caution flag. Ooh, caution flag for rain on the racetrack. Hey, Race Center, how's it going? We've got a caution flag for rain. Could LaJoy end up actually winning this stage just because we throw the caution flag and we pace to the checker? That would be a crazy thing to say, but Mike McDowell, he's up to 6th place. Can he make something happen on a restart here to try and earn some points? Again, I think it's a must-win for Michael McDowell, and that's coming from a McDowell fan, but I would love to see him make this next round. All right. We got ourselves 60 people in the stream. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, hit the like button. If you guys are new, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to see how high we can get that subscriber number here. Because right now, all my expectations have been blown out the water for where we may be able to get the subscriber number here by the end of the year. Would love to see 2,500 before the end of the year, but I think, again, 2,500 might be a little bit outside the realm of possibility, but just curious to see just how high it goes. So we're currently sitting at 2,315 subscribers, and again, we do these types of live streams all throughout the NASCAR season. We've been doing almost every Cup race. I know I missed last week, which was disappointing. But I had another thing I needed to do, and here we go. Coming down pit road, it is, I think it might be just Austin Cindric coming down pit road here. I'm not even sure pit road's open. He may just have pit before the pit road actually opened here. But right now it's hey, Jackson, how's it going? You and I might have a little bit of a problem about that number that you put up there. Okay, here we go. Michael McDowell and the rest of a bunch of cars coming down pit road. The guys who the guys who don't care about stage points coming down pit road here. So, Michael McDowell going and getting himself 4 tires and fuel here for the long run. Again, if he can get track position, he may be able to make something happen with it, but it's just going to be tough here for it. But, yeah. Let's see. Kevin Harvick coming down pit road. A lot of drivers coming down pit road, but yeah. I'm a Kyle Busch fan, so the natural rivalry there. But hey, you know what? As long as you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. But let's go Kyle Busch. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. We got Harvick. Blaney just wrapped up his pit stop. Wasn't sure if he was going to hit that car coming out of the pit lane because whoever that was had their rear end swung way wide there, but no, they're not going to bother showing the graphic for where everybody came out because realistically, not enough cars stayed out on the racetrack to make showing that graphic worthwhile, but yeah. Here we go, man. Oh yeah, I just realized. Wait, the fact that we are supposed to be having hurricane-like winds might be why the internet was struggling earlier. That would explain it. But yeah, I was kind of bummed when I heard hurricane, and ultimately I didn't see hurricane conditions outside. So yeah, let's go. But yeah, my big 3 drivers in the Cup Series are Mike McDowell, Stenhouse, and Kyle Busch. Not necessarily in that order, but just so you guys know, if I am overly optimistic about somebody, that's where my biases lie, so yeah. I'm going to go quickly grab a tissue. We're going to try and run a quick ad break, and I will be right back. We're under commercial break anyway, so not like we're missing anything. All right, we're back just in time as the pace car dives for cover, leaving the field in the hands of Corey LaJoie and Christopher Bell here at the front of the field. Corey LaJoie launches from the top side here, gets out in front of Christopher Bell, and takes off from Connecticut. Okay, well, hey, you know what? At least we got something we can relate on. Wait, you're from Connecticut. Let's see which kind of Connecticut person you are. You watch any baseball? And if so, which team? Red Sox or Yankees, considering both are kind of your home team, and I know half that state votes goes one way or the other on that one. We'll have to figure out where we stand on that. But, yeah, here we go. 10 laps to go here in stage number 1. Corey LaJoie launches, and he's got the lead here. Christopher Bell running second, though. So now Christopher Bell, he's lined up in position to try and beat that rear bumper here to try and move Corey LaJoie if he needs to win this stage. And that is a tight 3-wide move around the outside. Kyle Larson making a 3-wide move around the outside as Michael McDowell on the bottom of 3-wide there, just kind of sticking to the traditional racing groove on the bottom of the racetrack. But yeah, here we go. But the battle for the lead is we got less than 10 to go. Let's see. Corey LaJoie, he's holding on to a very slim lead now over Christopher Bell. I thought if he had Bubba between him, that would definitely have helped. But now that gap has evaporated. Christopher Bell is here, and it is time. Corey LaJoie versus Christopher Bell for the stage win here. I know most of us are probably rooting for Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie up the track. Uh-oh. Can Corey LaJoie make that high line work? Is it too early? It is too early. Christopher Bell takes the lead. Now, granted, it might not be too early, but yeah, Corey LaJoie doesn't have the car either necessarily to fight Joe Gibbs' car one-on-one in a non-preferred lane for him, too. So, here we go. Oh, Joey Logano gets really loose there. He barely managed to hang on to that thing in the middle of the pack there, right in front of Denny Hamlin and his teammate, Ryan Blaney. But right now, Logano is going to be fighting for his playoff life right now. Bubba Wallace currently trending to the good on the playoff cut line, running in third place. We'll have to wait and see if that if he maintains that throughout the day. 22 people have voted on the poll in the chat. Thank you guys for everybody taking part in that. That gives us some fun stuff to talk about. Obviously, Christopher Bell versus LaJoie being the big conversation, but now I think Bell has solidified that he's going to win this stage. It'll be hard for anybody else to really get up there and beat that right now. But right now, Joey Logano trying to hold off a fleet of cars here behind as Christopher Bell takes the lead here, and he is going to take the white flag. Going through turns 3 and 4 for Christopher Bell, the last time here in stage number 1. And it is going to be Christopher Bell winning stage 1 over Corey LaJoie second, Bubba Wallace third, Byron fourth, Tyler Reddick comes home fifth. Ross Chastain comes home sixth, seventh Keselowski, eighth Larson, ninth Martin Truex Jr., and rounding out your top 10 is Ty Gibbs driving the number 54 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Man, that is incredible. Let's go. Gotta love a good finish when we get one, so. Alright, here we go. Alright, now they're under commercial break, and we just had the first stage, so we're going to be pacing for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and keep looking at college football scores, just to give you guys an update, in case you guys have, because I know college football is one of the most popular things around this time of year, so. University of Iowa takes down Western Michigan. Notre Dame actually taking down Central Michigan there. So Western and Central Michigan losing to competitive teams there in University of Iowa and Notre Dame. Utah beating Weber State 31-7 there for them. San Diego State gets beat by Oregon State. Go Beavers there in that game. So UNC beats University of Minnesota 31-13. Alabama beats South Florida 17-3 though. That's a really low score for a team like that. I thought that would be an easy win for Bama, but speaking of easy wins, Georgia, the #1 team in the nation, ends up continuing their winning streak. Can Georgia not be so dominant, please? Come on. They've had 2 championships in a row. They can give one to the field here. But, they beat South Carolina State 14-24 here. Oklahoma absolutely trounced Tulsa here, 66-17, the final score in that game. Northwestern versus Duke. Duke ends up coming away with a 38-14 victory. And the final game that has actually come to a completion so far is WKU versus Ohio State. Ohio State getting the win there, 63-10. Then Washington versus Michigan State right now. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter. It is 41-0 in that game. Oh! And Kyle Larson... Wait. So Kyle Larson edges out Martin Truex Jr. for that for the 8th spot here. And that hurts the point battle for Martin Truex Jr. as they come back from commercial break here. All right. How's it going, T-Van? I don't have a link to actually watch the race, but it's on USA Network, so... I don't know who's pirating the stream or whatever to go ahead and show it on YouTube for free, but yeah, USA Network's the people who have the race. We're here covering it too. Keselowski for the win from T-Van. Okay, hey, you know what? I wouldn't be overly upset to see it. I'd rather see Buescher get it from that team, but hey, you know what? Keselowski's has had a win coming for a while here as Kyle Busch and Reddick finish up their pit stops, and now we're getting ready for pit stops round 2. LaJoie hits his pit box, MTJ hits his, and here comes Bubba Wallace stopping in his pit box, pretty much nails the stopping position there for Bubba Wallace. Chastain away with his pit stop, he's ready to go, and now here goes the 2 Toyotas, and it is going to be the race off pit road. Corey LaJoie wins the race off pit road over Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Keselowski, Reddick, Kyle Busch, the top 6. Then you got Truex, Briscoe, Logano, and I believe that was Ty Gibbs there at the very end, getting in on in the top 10 as well. So some pretty good, results there in the first stage, though, for some of these drivers who really had some bad qualifying efforts. And now we're ready to see what these drivers can do who aren't necessarily the top level drivers here. So we got Christopher Bell, last pit on lap 70. Meanwhile, so him, Byron, and Larson are on the oldest tires here. Then you got Ty Gibbs, who pitted at 109. Chase Elliott, who pitted at lap 70. Buescher and McDowell both pitted at 109, along with Bowman, Preece, and Blaney. So who's the first driver who's going to be on completely fresh rubber here? Corey LaJoie is going to be the first car on fresh rubber in 23rd position. So it is pretty much a completely split field here for the NASCAR Cup Series field. So a completely split decision on that one for whether or not you come to pit road. That's always a fun one to watch. But 33 people in the stream. Thank you guys for everybody showing up. Of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. But man, let's see. So we got so I'm surprised to see any charters get sold this season. I thought we would have to wait until NASCAR starts repossessing some of these charters to potentially see it going away there, but let's see. Another promotion here for Sunday Night Football. Dolphins Patriots. That's going to be a fun one. Normally, if we have a Sunday night race, we would be talking about the NFL games that happened earlier this week, but so far there's only been one NFL game this weekend, and the Vikings got beat by the, well, really the Vikings gave the game away to Philadelphia in the Thursday Night Football contest. I mean, I only have seen a game with that many fumbles here. Can't find it on Spectrum. I don't know what the channel number on Spectrum is. Let me see if I can find what channel it is, at least for me on Sling. Maybe it translates for you or not. Yeah, I don't know, unfortunately, but I say it's also possible that your Spectrum package might not include USA, although I would imagine it would. I don't know if there's a way to like search. I say it's been a while since I've actually used Spectrum, but yeah. I say going forward though, Texas is the last race on USA Network for the year, and then we will have some USA Network or some NBC Network TV races on the big NBC. Okay, you don't think you got much for sports channels? Yeah, that happened. So here we go. So we've got ourselves. As I get ready for the start of stage number 2. Quick reminder, in case we all get caught up here in the moment, you have to, if you play the NASCAR Fantasy game on the, if you play NASCAR Fantasy on your phone or on your computer, you have until the end of stage number 2 to make your decision as to who you're moving in or out of your garage. So for me, I've got until the end of stage 2 to figure out, is Kyle Busch gonna be one of my better drivers? Right now, he is actually my worst driver in the race. Currently sitting in P28 after the pit stop. So yeah, well, hey, you know what? I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that people are actually enjoying these. I've been enjoying doing them. So here we go. Let's see. So Christopher Bell winning stage number 1. I was amazed that Corey LaJoie managed to hold on to second, though, in this one. No, come on. Lights are back on the pace car. We got rain in the area, supposedly being the reason why the lights came back on the pace car after they turned it off. No. We said no rain. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right. Continuing to climb the subscriber board here. I also pulled up a list of just kind of looking through a list of NASCAR questions that I kind of pulled before the race. But yeah, hopefully we don't have to dig too deeply into that list of kind of conversation topics, because I basically just went and pulled a list of good NASCAR broadcast filler questions. So I got a few of those that we can roll out if we don't end up getting this one, if this one doesn't end up being good. And if we get a rain delay, I'll definitely put one in the chat for you guys to go ahead and leave your thought process on. There's a few pretty good answers. There are a few pretty good ones on this list. A few of them just don't make a lot of sense, but this first question, I already know what the answer is, and oh no, we are bringing the field down pit road, so we may actually bring up a question. You know what? I'll go ahead and throw a mid-race question in the chat for you guys. I'm just gonna grab this first one here that was on my list. It's definitely one that I probably already know. I at least know my answer, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have. Oh, drivers are staying in the cars here, but red flag. Alright. Ooh, yeah, that's on the cameras, we're able to see the rain falling. So, yeah, there's definitely some harder rain here. Not sure what the teams are going to end up doing. The drivers, I believe, are still being told to stay in their race cars here. But, yeah. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pin this question up here. But yeah, if NASCAR drivers were characters in a movie, which one do you think would make the best action hero and why? I thought that was a pretty good question. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put that one up as a good one. I'll also let you guys know my opinion on that one. I think easily, I think the at least my pick would definitely be Ross Chastain, because he would have probably one of the more. He would certainly not make it boring as an action hero. Oh yeah, the car cover's going on. I can't see if the drivers might be in the cars with the car covers on. Hard to tell. Hopefully there's no thunder and lightning, because if there's thunder and lightning, we know we're going to be sitting here for a little while. But yeah, it's a red flag discussion, though. Let me know who you guys think. There's a lot of field. And again, I read something online with Deegan, the old crew chief, not good. Partly with him going to a playoff driver. Yeah, I mean, I think that one may have just been more of a reshuffle to try and help their playoff driver, but I wouldn't put it past someone potentially getting at least a little tired of the poor performances, especially where her crew chief is a championship winning crew chief already. Oh, man. Nose is itchy, but yeah, here we go. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if her crew chief was tired of the subpar performances from a driver who's supposed to be a future superstar here. Man. But yeah, here we go. Red flag is out for rain. We are here. Just gonna really quickly go and pull up the other college football ones. Of course, if you guys go ahead and type your answers out, let me hear your guys' opinion on that question I put in the chat. Would love to hear it. So, UCLA versus North Carolina Central here. That game actually just finished 59-7 in that college football game. UCLA coming away with the win there. Washington State versus Northern Colorado. Washington State looking like they're about to seal the win. They got 5 minutes, 30 seconds left, but it's a 64-21 football game there. And then you got Tennessee and Florida. Florida taking the lead actually in that game, 12-7 here for Florida. I guess Florida must not have a very good kicker, because that's the second time we've scored 6 points without getting the 7th for the extra point attempt. But we're only 9 minutes. We've still got 9 minutes left in quarter number 2 in that game. So definitely time for something to change. But glad to see the Florida Gators doing well. Mississippi currently has a 10-point lead over Georgia Tech still in the first quarter of that game, though. And Michigan and Bowling Green just kicked off. Michigan already with a 7-point lead here in that game as well. So when it comes to college football games, those are your score updates. We've now gone through all the games of the weekend that have started so far. You also have starting soon, Hawaii and Hawaii and University of Oregon should be kicking off here any minute now. Wyoming and Texas also should be, University of Wyoming versus University of Texas should be kicking off as well here soon. And then in about 2 hours, Colorado versus Colorado State will also be kicking off over in the Mile High or not sure if it's in Denver, but in Colorado at the very least. And the drivers, Suarez had gotten out of his car there. Okay, I was trying to figure out if Suarez was climbing out or into his car there, but no, he's climbing back into his car. So hopefully we can keep this thing going. We're waiting for the rain to pass right now, but stopped on pit road right now. Would hate to see this race get pushed to tomorrow, but If so, I just hope we can get a Sunday afternoon race as opposed to a Sunday at noon or Sunday morning race. Because that tends to happen when these races get rain delays. That they tend to go to Monday morning at noon. But yeah, so red flag discussion question in the chat if you guys want to go ahead and let your thoughts be heard on that. But yeah, again, right now we're just trying to fill time because we got a lot of time and not a lot of stuff to do here. Let's see. We got Michael McDowell. Oh, Ryan Preece up in the top 10. Nice to see Ryan Preece up there. But yeah, right now, again, we're not far enough into the race for the race to be considered official yet. So if we do, we are going to get back racing. It's just a matter of when we go back racing here. So here we go. So we've picked up 1 subscriber already tonight. So thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. Of course, right now we're just trying to fill rain delay content, but we will be here until we go back racing. Then we'll be getting ready for the field. So, all right, here we go. All right, so, but yeah, I think again my pick for that one is that when it comes to the which NASCAR driver would be the best action hero in a movie. But yeah, no doubt that the okay, did I go back in time or something? Like this commercial looks like it's from like the okay, the 80s and 90s movie marathon. Okay, so I was gonna say either the 80s or 90s, but man, yeah, it looked like it was probably 25, 30 years old footage based on that. But man, yeah, Ross Chastain would be my pick for the best action hero. Let me know if you guys agree. But yeah, I just don't see any way that if you have a movie using NASCAR drivers as your cast, how do you not make Ross Chastain kind of your action hero star? I mean, you know he's going to do something wild given the opportunity. So, oh, here we go. Say the teams are going over, and I believe that is the car covers coming off. Yes, there we go. The car covers are coming off, and we are getting ready to go back racing here. Let's go. I'm sure a lot of people would probably say some of the other potential picks. I'm sure a lot of people would say that, oh yeah, Chase Elliott would make a good hero. I'm sure a lot of people on both sides of the Joey Logano versus Kyle Busch debate. A lot of people would probably say Kyle Busch would make he'd make the best action villain. No doubt. Kyle Busch would make the best action villain though. Like if we're talking superhero movies, absolutely. Kyle Busch would be the best villain out of the NASCAR garage. I mean, he literally is the villain on the track for most fans. They're going and squeegeeing Bubba Wallace's windshield, getting all that old rain off, and hopefully not replacing it with new rain as we get ready to go back racing here. Yeah, so, yeah, Action Heroes is kind of a hard one, but, because, I mean, any of these guys climbing into a race car, I mean, you know that they got the skills to potentially be a hero there. But, yeah. It is definitely a tough one, but, hey, you don't want to go with a boring question. If you got the chance, let's go ahead and make it fun, right? But, here we go. Alright. Let's see. Where are some of our other playoff drivers running? Just to kind of see. So, Logano, Truex, Kyle Busch, 28th, 29th, and 30th. Kyle Busch being the best of them. But honestly, playoff drivers 24th through 30th are all playoff guys. Chastain, Bubba, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Joey Logano in that order, 24th through 30th there. That is, oh man, that's a long way they got to climb, but there's a lot of drivers on older tires in front of them. Actually, no, most of them are actually level on. Oh, wait, no, the last pit stop, because they came down in all pit here. When they came down pit road, it messed up the last pit lap, so we can't see who all actually was had pit last. That's unfortunate. But yeah, no, I think Kyle Busch, he would make a really good villain, I think, but I don't know about a hero. Certainly wouldn't get too many people behind him. Let me see what the weather here is looking like. I don't have access, obviously, to... So, we got Tropical Storm Lee in the area. I was bummed to see that we didn't get a hurricane. So, looking to see what the... looks like about 14-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, that's not bad at all, considering what we were supposed to be getting, supposedly. But, yeah, Christopher Bell having the Superman Jeff Gordon. I can see it. I could see Jeff Gordon being a Superman-type driver. Dale Earnhardt would be another one, if he were still around, that would definitely be the on the villain side. Although I think a lot of people nowadays would probably be rooting for him to be the hero, but personality-wise, having gone back and watched some historical races, obviously didn't get to watch him while he was actively racing. But, he would definitely make a good villain, though, I think. Let me see if I can get a better weather reading off my phone. Alright, I was trying to stabilize my phone holder so I can actually... So, NASCAR is trying to get that track dry, but we're not quite there yet, so... Yeah, Tony Stewart would be another one that would definitely be in consideration for the super villain of the thing, so in terms of heroes, though, it's hard to really, because it's like, obviously, trying not to just pick my guys. I mean, I think McDowell would be a pretty boring hero. Stenhouse could be a pretty interesting hero. Again, not sure how many people would pick him as a hero, necessarily, mainly just because a lot of people not the biggest fans of him, but it would be an interesting one, at least. All right, let's see. What's the wind looking like? 18-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, okay. So, again, it's slowed down a little bit here, but... Yeah, it's pretty windy out, so... That'll be fun. But, yeah, still into the red flag, though, for weather here. Early in stage number 2. We're 12 laps into this second stage, so... It'll be fun. So Stenhouse is all the way up to 12th. Actually, that's not bad. He's the 5th best non-playoff driver. Oh, wait, no, he's a playoff driver. So used to thinking of him as a non-playoff driver because he doesn't make it, but... Here we go. Okay, you would pick Tony Stewart as a superhero. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'd love to hear the reasoning behind that, because I know Tony Stewart for most of my life. Now, granted, Martin Martin could be a pretty cool hero, especially kind of the way that I think a Martin Martin versus Joey Logano would be a cool hero versus villain movie, kind of similar to try and draw a parallel. Now, granted, I have not seen many of these movies, but the Star Wars franchise, kind of seeing a driver who went from Martin was pumping him up early on, seeing Joey Logano potentially going to the dark side like Anakin in Star Wars. I could see that being a cool movie, but yeah, that would be kind of the way I would make a Mark Martin movie with Mark Martin as the superhero. And oh no, the cars are rolling off pit road, and Ryan Preece unable to get his car refired right now. Ryan Preece stationary on pit road. So once the rest of the field rolls off, they're gonna give Preece a push to try and get him going here, and Ryan Preece will be allowed to retake his spot at the front of the field here. But yeah, so that was definitely an interesting conversation. I'm gonna go and unpin that conversation topic because we are getting ready to go back racing. The message will still be there in the chat, so if you guys want to go ahead and mention it. Oh yeah, no, he's definitely got the. He's definitely he's got the skills to be a great superhero movie character. I just go back to thinking he was definitely not the kind of guy that made friends on the racetrack. That's kind of the big part where I find it hard to see him as a hero versus a villain. Not to mention the nickname Smoke, I think would work well as did he win the Brickyard? Or oh yeah, he might have won the Brickyard the same year he won the Indy 500, but those don't happen back to back. It's the Coke 600 and the Indy 500, and no driver's ever been able to finish both races. Kurt Busch back in 2013, I think Kurt Busch ran both races. Was it 2013 or 2014? I think it was 2014. Kurt Busch ran both races. So yeah, just reading your comment, and I saw back to back, and then I saw Brickyard Indy, and it's like he may have won both, or he may have raced both races in the same year and won the Brickyard, but yeah, I think it was Kurt in 2014. Yeah, Kurt Busch in 2014 finished 6th place at the Indy 500. So definitely some interesting stuff going on there, and hoping we can see a good run from Kyle Larson when he goes to attempt it next year. Oh, you think Stewart won the Coke 600? Well, I'll take a quick look at that, see if I can find the answer to that one. And they're getting ready. Oh, pace car's off. We're getting ready to go back racing. Field in the hands of Christopher Bell, and green flag's out. Green. Christopher Bell to the lead. That outside line working very well. Looks like William Byron might be able to clear his teammate as well. There we go. William Byron easily clears. And wow, that outside lane working very well. Ty Gibbs might be able to take... Yeah, there we go. Ty Gibbs to third off of being third on the outside line. That outside line looking very good here. But yeah, I'll have that answer for you guys at the next caution, though, about the Tony Stewart. I'll look up the answer. But right now, oh, here we go! Look at the inside. It is Michael McDowell looking for third place here on William Byron. William Byron could be an interesting superhero character, too. But going back to that discussion real quick, but I don't know. Here we go. Let's see. Right now, I mean, let's say that top line is looking a lot better now after that brief rain shower than the bottom here. Right now, Mike McDowell, though, is still trying to make that bottom work. He's maintaining alongside there, and there we go. Now, William Byron clears him and is able to move back to the bottom here. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, so right now, Buescher is actually, let's see, where's Buescher managed to settle himself in? He's 7th right now. I'm amazed that Michael McDowell managed to gain the spots he did there. All right, so, all right, there's the Indy 500s. Yeah, let's say if he did win the Coke 600 that year, he wouldn't have finished the Indy 500, because I know that record still stands, is that no driver to attempt the double has ever finished both races. A couple drivers have gotten close, but nobody's actually been able to pull it off. So what was it? 1999 and 01, he would have run the double. He got fourth and third in his two double attempts at the Coke 600. So, and he finished ninth and sixth in those. Okay, he may have, or he may not have finished on the lead lap. He finished, but didn't finish on the lead lap in those races. So, yeah, it doesn't look like Tony Stewart actually was able to win the Coke 600. Did he even? Let's see. When did he win his first Coke 600 here? Wait. Did he never win the Coke 600? Tony Stewart never won the Coke 600. According to his Wikipedia page, he didn't win the Charlotte 600 that year or ever in his career. I know he never won the Daytona 500, which was a big thing for him. He also didn't win Indianapolis either year that he ran the double either. So, weird. Okay, well, back to the current race at hand. Kyle Larson makes the pass on Michael McDowell there. So, Michael McDowell potentially starting to try and find something. He knows he's going to need that little bit extra to try and make something happen here. Because, yeah, that win is going to be tough to make happen here. But here we go. Let's see. Larson going to he's trying to close in right now on his teammate. I'm so not used to that paint scheme for William Byron. That dark black and green for William Byron just looks so off-putting to see that. I'm so used to the bright colors of either his white Liberty scheme, the different colored Exalta cars that he's run over the years. And that car doesn't look like any of them. But here we go. Let's see. Larson looking to the outside here, trying to make something happen on the outside. And yeah, here we go. Larson is really starting to make something happen on that outside line. It'll be tough to continue to hold him off here. And here we go. Kyle Larson to the outside of William Byron, and he is going to get to that outside. Let's see. Can he end up getting this one off? Let's see. Yep, there we go. Kyle Larson easily passes Byron. Now he goes to the bottom here, and William Byron tries the top line here. So there we go. He's going to go back to the bottom and just run the status quo while William Byron tries to figure out that top line. Don't want to give away too many secrets there. All right, so here we go. All right, let's see. I'm just going to kind of take a quick peek at the live streams. All right, so we're already closing in on another potentially top 5 stream in my channel's history in terms of views. We got 1265, so that currently would put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would put it 6th place on all-time stream views, and that includes any replays the streams got afterwards too. So. We're doing pretty good. We're really building something special here on the YouTube platform. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Of course, again, if you guys want to contribute to potentially upcoming video ideas or even just interact with me on Twitter, link to my Twitter at RyanDyer99. The link's in the description of every video, along with the link to my Facebook page as well, where I post updates and or sometimes I'll go ahead and post a poll across multiple platforms to try and gauge what the community is interested in for ideas. Here we go. Christopher Bell looking up the inside here on Joey Logano. He's trying to lap Joey Logano. Here we go. Let's go, Christopher Bell. Trying to lap Joey Logano here. I know that's going to come back to bite me because now he's going to be closing in on his on my guy Kyle Busch here, right? Let's see. Oh, Kyle Busch actually made a bit of a run here, though, on the restart. He's up to 20th here for Kyle Busch. Nice. And they got a side-by-side commercial break here real quick. And I got no idea what's going on with the leaderboard right now because I am seeing 2 third places, no second place. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. up into 10th, though. Not too bad. Yeah, I have no idea why the number next to Ty Gibbs became a 3. But, yeah, no, Ty Gibbs is in second here. It's possible that he's just running that close to Kyle Larson that could be a thing. I mean, you never know. But, yeah, if you guys could like and subscribe, that'd be great. Of course, share the stream as well with any other NASCAR fans. We can hopefully get a big discussion going in here, just kind of hanging out, watching this race together. Corey LaJoie still running inside the top 15. I mean, that is incredible to see him running this well for that long at this point. Who else? Let's see. Who else is Bell coming up to lap here soon? Keselowski making his way through the field. So it's Harvick, Chastain, and J.J. Aley are these next 3 cars that are coming up to lap here. And there we go. Christopher Bell to the inside. I believe that's Kevin Harvick going a lap down. Kevin Harvick 1 lap down. So that's going to make it hard for Kevin Harvick to recover here. What's going to make it even harder, though, is if Bell can get around Ross Chastain here, who is the next car in line. Kyle Larson, though, also carving through the traffic. He's keeping right pace with the 20 of Christopher Bell. Especially where Bell's having to move up and down the track trying to figure out where the cars aren't. And so far, Larson's been able to run pretty well in both the top and bottom lines here to make lap time wherever possible. So Larson definitely looks better right now than Christopher Bell. All right, let's see. So Brad Keselowski not having the kind of day I was hoping for him to have. Need him to finish at least 7th. Truex as well needs to have a little bit of a better day here, but yeah, yep. So yeah, he hadn't had that kind of result on the same day. Oh, and Kyle Larson around the outside. Kyle Larson takes the race lead away here. So Larson to the race lead now. Carson Hocevar up into 11th place. So here we go. Let's see. Now Chastain has gone and passed J.J. Aley as Larson goes to the bottom on J.J. Aley. Going to try and lap him. Right now, J.J. Aley, the only thing keeping Chastain from being on the verge of going lap down. Also, Yaley, the only reason right now that Harvick could potentially get the free pass would be if Yaley's able to stay ahead here. So Kevin Harvick is J.J. Aley's biggest fan right now on the racetrack. And here we go. The battle for 4th here between William Byron and Mike McDowell. McDowell up to 4th here. He's going to continue trying to climb through here. Ty Gibbs hanging on to that 3rd spot. Imagine if Ty Gibbs gets this one. Yeah, same day as Indy, yeah. I knew what you meant when you said on the same day. But there's a one bad move from say McDowell, and he could end up being 11th here at the end of one lap. Carson Hocevar makes the pass on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to get up into that top 10, driving that number 42 car here. And there we go. Larson back to the bottom after almost making contact with the rear corner of Chastain's car here. And Chastain does not want to let this thing go down a lap here, but he's fighting as hard as he can. But that 5 car, he is on a rail on the bottom of the racetrack here. Yeah, nope. But here we go. Let's see. So Larson has ultimately now he's gone and lapped Ross Chastain, and that is going to continue to make this harder and harder on Ross Chastain to try and make something happen here. All right, let's see. There we go. Christopher Bell gets by Ross Chastain. Now Ross Chastain potentially just going to start giving up some spots here a little easier now that he's a lap down. So here goes Ty Gibbs to the top of the racetrack trying to get around Chastain. Not sure what the thought process was there. Chastain had been giving up the bottom. But now Chastain's taking up the bottom here. So weird to see Chastain down a lap, though. That is weird to see him down this early. 3 playoff drivers currently a lap down. You got Chastain, you got Logano, and you got Harvick. And they're close. There's still 59 laps to go in stage number 1, or in 2, I mean. So right now, Martin Truex Jr. He's got 3 cars behind him that Larson needs to lap first, but Truex is not very safe either. Him and Keselowski running 23rd and 25th. It's just a rough day for those guys. All right, let's see. So yeah, in terms of the battle though for this lead lap, the 3 cars that they have to lap first, you've got. Oh, now it's 4 cars because Martin Truex Jr. just made a pass on Daniel Suarez for 25th here. But you got Briscoe, Ty Dillon, Justin Haley, and Daniel Suarez that they need to pass here before they get to going there. And William Byron lost another spot while we were talking about the battle at the tail of the lead lap. Chris Buescher now up to 5th place here. And there we go. Nice to see Chris Buescher there running well. But here we go. Let's see. Wow. All right. Welcome. Wow, we got 40 people in this live stream. Let's go. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, if you guys are enjoying the stream, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. We do streams like this all throughout the NASCAR season. We'll be back next week, obviously, for some good old fashion Texas racing. Not sure for Xfinity and trucks. What do we even have for racing in Texas? So no trucks next week. So it'll just be the Xfinity series, and I might be able to stream Xfinity as well as Cup. So keep an eye on my YouTube page here, but to see what I'm gonna end up doing for that one. But I'm expecting I'll probably do Xfinity next week as well. And I say Chase Elliott, I don't know. It's hard to really see him having much of a run here in the playoffs aside from Charlotte because of just the fact that he's out of the playoffs already, and I think that takes a significant amount of momentum and energy out of that team. Even if the let's just say for example here, Christopher Bell got back by Larson there, nice. But let's say for example that Hendrick is actually giving even equipment, which theoretically you'd give better equipment to your playoff drivers, so that's one factor. But I think there's just a level of energy there when you're actually competing for the championship that gives you that winning mentality. Hence why it's rare to see what we saw last year where the first 4 races of the playoffs were won by drivers no longer in the playoffs. So that was a rare thing to see that happen 4 weeks in a row. Because we saw the 43 and Eric Jones winning Darlington last year. Then we saw Bubba Wallace in the 45 winning at Kansas last year. And then we went and saw who was it? It was Chris Buescher winning this race last year. He wasn't a playoff contender that year. And then you had at Texas, Tyler Reddick, who'd been eliminated after Bristol, winning Texas. So that was a very weird thing to see that kind of stat happen. And I don't know when the next time we may see that happen again is. Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch battling for 19th here. And say Reddick trying to take 19th away from Kyle Busch here. Those two battling in the midfield here. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell is still trying to make his way through as much lap traffic as he can here. Oh, a little bit of contact between Bell and Briscoe. Hopefully no tires get cut down. We've seen a lot of tires get cut down this weekend from contact like that. We saw last night, we saw Josh Berry end up blowing a right front tire, taking out a couple of his teammates. Then you saw in the truck race, Ty Majeski with a blown tire, ultimately trying to scrape his way to the stage end there. Okay, so he finished on the lead lap. Okay, so he did actually finish on the lead lap in both races, but he didn't. But yeah, he didn't end up winning either race. But yeah, I thought that record still stood that no driver had. So yeah, so I guess I was a little bit off there. I thought no driver had ever actually gotten had actually finished on the lead lap, because I thought that was a record that we were talking about. Kyle Larson potentially being able to go and win when he goes to Indianapolis next year. I'll definitely be doing that live stream as well for the what's it called? I'll be doing the live stream for Indianapolis 500 next year as well. I did it this year, and definitely looking forward to doing it again next year with a actual NASCAR Cup driver running here. Oh yeah, I know. Finishing 1,100 miles in one day is certainly no easy feat, and that's why I'm always so excited to see any NASCAR driver. Oh, whoa! That's a big wiggle out of Kyle Larson's car, but yeah, that's why I'm always so excited, no matter who it is, whether it's Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch. I mean, those are just a couple of the names I've heard over the last few years potentially being named as candidates for the Indy 500 NASCAR doubleheader on Memorial Day weekend. Jimmy Johnson has been another one that's been a potential candidate for that double. So, definitely a lot of possible candidates. We just haven't seen any of them come to fruition. And next year for McLaren, we will see Kyle Larson attempting that double. So here we go. So Mike McDowell holding on to this fourth place, though. Again, if he can just get a good restart late in the race, he may have a shot at this thing. I didn't necessarily think about that as a possibility coming into the race, but yeah, Larson finishing top 5. That one should happen. Bubba Wallace not having the best of days. That might happen. Buescher, 8th or better. He's in position for that right now. And then Truex and Keselowski. I need both of them to turn up here. Oh, yeah, we're getting towards the end of stage 2, and I forgot to put up the poll. Because, we got the end of... you know what, we'll go ahead and throw up a poll real quick here. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and try and get this up as quick as possible. Because I completely forgot about the fact that we were coming to the end of stage number 2 here. And I say, I do gotta make sure you gotta, we gotta get the, what do we call it? We gotta make sure we check our fantasy lineup, because I don't want to lose out on some points if Kyle Busch is going to be in position here. Alright, let's see. Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson. Ty Gibbs. And other. All right, there we go. There's the poll. Oh. Sorry, that was loud. My music ended up kicking on because I was trying to do that, but here we go. They're about to lap Daniel Suarez here, so there's the poll for you guys to go ahead and vote on who you guys think is going to win this stage here. And let's see. Christopher Bell has a 3-second lead right now. I'm not going to bother putting up a poll on Twitter because it would be like a 2-minute poll here because we're getting ready for the end of stage number 2. But, yeah, here we go. We got 55 people in the stream. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And here we go. Joey Logano. Uh-oh. One lap down here for Joey Logano. Can he, is something wrong with his car? Let's see. So, Kyle Busch back to 21st right now. Brad Keselowski up to 22nd. All right, let's see. So, Corey LaJoie has fallen back to 13th, but he's still hanging around in the top 15. That's pretty impressive. But, yeah, right now, though, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch are all holding their breath, hoping that that Daniel Suarez can hold off the hard-charging Christopher Bell. Now, granted, because it's Martin Truex Jr., it's very possible that Christopher Bell may try and play a little nice with his teammate here. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Unfortunately, it won't let me hit the like button because actually, it might let me hit the like button. Let me go and open the stream and see if it'll let me. Oh yeah, there we go. It lets me hit the like button, but it won't let me actually take part in the poll, which is unfortunate. Oh boy. Just saw my buddy of mine's new video about one of the new Pokemon because he's a Pokemon creator, and there we go. I went and hit the like button. You guys should too. So thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. We got 67 people in the stream. And we're getting ready for the final 15 laps here of stage number 2. 15 to go in stage number 2. And right now, Christopher Bell and Daniel Suarez are fighting it out for that final spot on the lead lap. Or trying to lap Suarez here. And in the meantime, you got Kyle Busch falling further back now. Now Bell doesn't have to worry about holding back because the next car in front of Suarez isn't a Joe Gibbs car here. So let's go. Let's say, can we see a big surprise here? Let's see. Carson Hocevar up into the 12th or up into 6th place. What? When did he do that? We've been so focused on this battle around the cut line here. And here we go. Christopher Bell now trying to lap Kyle Busch here. Can he lap Kyle Busch? Real quick, I gotta actually see who do I want to take out of my fantasy lineup. I gotta make a decision here. Denny Hamlin. I'm gonna leave Kyle Busch in my garage just because I believe that Brad Keselowski is going to be the better finish at the end of it. Not to mention he has a few stage points already. So I'm going to leave my lineup as is. Of course, check your, if you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, check your fantasy lineups. We've got 10 laps to go, now 9 laps to go before the end of the stage. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this one. All right, here we go. Bell looking to the bottom, trying to lap, still trying to lap Kyle Busch. If Kyle Busch can at least stay the first car 1 lap down, that'd be great, because that means he'd get the free pass. Obviously, it would be ideal if he could just go ahead and win the stage, but obviously he's not going to win it from here. But if he can stay on lead lap, that gives him the option to gain spots on pit road. If he doesn't get this one, he'll have to start tail of the field on the restart. But right now, Kyle Busch is absolutely working that high line and trying to make something happen here over Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell fighting hard with Kyle Busch. That's allowing Larson to sneak back into this picture here. Let's see. What is going on here? Can Kyle Busch... Come on. Honestly, if I'm Kyle, I'm just getting in front of... Christopher Bell, and I'm just trying to slow him down as much as I can right now, just to stay on lead lap. I mean, I wouldn't want to give him the... right now it looks like Bell wants that bottom lane. You don't want to give that to him, so start throwing something at him. Come on. Although, granted, this top line is working for Kyle Busch, so I was saying I want to see him try something different. It is working, so if it's working, I don't know if you really want to risk it at that point. Let's see. And here we go. I'm going to say Bell continuing to take dives up the inside, but not able to make something happen here. Truex currently showing +3 above the cut line. Joey Logano +3 above the cut line. Mike McDowell finally loses 6th spot to Carson Hocevar. Hocevar is now up to 5th place. Oh, is YouTube showing? Oh, you mean a lap behind? Yeah. Oh, that's just due to natural stream delay here. Kyle Busch off of turn 4. Kyle Busch stays on the lead lap. Let's go. Let's go. Christopher Bell wins stage number 1 over Ty Gibbs. Wait, Ty Gibbs got ahead of Larson? What happened to Larson there? Ty Gibbs gets to 2nd, 3rd, Kyle Larson, 4th, Denny Hamlin, 5th place, Carson Hocevar in that 42 car. How on earth is he running this well? 6th, Michael McDowell. 7th, Chris Buescher. 8th, Byron. 9th, Ryan Preece. And rounding out your top 10. And rounding out the top 10 goes Chase Elliott here. Man. Wow. Are you kidding me? That was insane. I don't know what happened to Larson to let Ty Gibbs get ahead of him, but yeah. Man. Let's see. We're now at 2,318 subscribers. We're closing in on that next landmark. We're continuing to climb. Thank you guys for everybody that's been a part of this journey so far. And if you guys are new here tonight, thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams from me. Alright, so let's see. Trying to take a look at what we got. Again, Hocevar. How is Hocevar running this well? Really trying to make a case that he should be in this car, or in a car like this one next year. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to convert this now to my other picks here. So I need to get Truex and Martin in here over Denny, Byron, and Kyle. Just on my second leaderboard, I've got a tracker that I'm using to track picks. So my picks for the end of the race, I'm going and putting in now. So we got Martin Truex Jr., and that should be the 5 drivers right there. So, again, I need Keselowski and Truex to really start climbing here. Now, they stayed on the lead lap, so in theory, if this track does swing to come to them, that could end up happening. But, yeah. Here we go. Man, this has been a great week, though, honestly. I was not expecting this week to go as good. We just ended up stage number 2, so we are now starting. We are currently running the first few laps of stage number 3 here under the caution flag, getting ready for pit road to open here. All these crews getting ready for a big pit stop here. If you can get a good stop, also officially race will end tonight. We will not see racing action resuming tomorrow. So whatever we see tonight will be the race. YouTube just ended the first stage. You must be way behind then, because, yeah, let me just open up my, my channel page just to make sure that it's not saying we're finishing stage 1 on my end. So, let me just double check this one real quick. Yeah, YouTube is not a stage behind. I'm seeing stage 3 of 3. 250 laps to go here. Yeah, we're currently working lap 254 out of 500. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything off on my end. Again, maybe your YouTube, if you try refreshing the page, maybe that'll help you catch back up. YouTube has a black box in the middle if you... not sure what you're talking about there. But, yeah, no, again, if you refresh the stream, it should be. Because I just went to the stream myself, and it was showing me working lap number 5 of this one. Oh, it's on your TV, that's why. Okay. Yeah, you guys might be a lap or 2 behind me. That's pretty normal because both I'm watching on a streaming service, not on traditional cable, which I tend to be a little bit behind. And then obviously natural stream delay between the fact that I'm actually streaming this one as opposed to just going out here with the thing. So a lap or 2 behind maybe, but refreshing the stream should get you caught back up to where we are in stage number 3 here. But yeah, man, it's been a fun week though. We've had some pretty good so let's see. Where are we in terms of the most watched stream? Let's see. Let's say for our stream, we are currently at what? 1,800 views tonight. That puts it. It's in the top 5 now. We are in the top 5 most watched streams in my channel's history. Now let's just go see what general YouTube has for other people streaming this race. YouTube.com. Let's go ahead and see. Wow, we got 69 people watching. Nice. Let's see. BassProShopsNightRace. Just gonna type in that. And let's go to live. So right now you've got watch party currently with 5. Let me see. Is there a way to sort for? I wish there was a way to sort by most views, but or most live viewers. Chris Buescher's in-car camera from NASCAR's official page has a ton of people. And then there's a few people who are stealing the going in with the stream and all that. A few people who have again are showing like the same stream with a link to go watch the race. I don't know if that's legit or whatnot in terms of actually like the legal repercussions. I know you're not allowed to show the actual racing on track, but I don't know what the legality is behind having a link that says, "Oh yeah, go here to get around that." So, but we're doing okay though. We're up there. Is Bubba in the top 10? No, Bubba's not in the top 10 right now. Mike McDowell's been doing well though. I'm excited to see McDowell running well. Bubba Wallace is 18th place right now, and I need him outside the top 10, so that's good. I need Martin Truex Jr. and Brad Keselowski to really step it up, though, in this last little bit. But here we go. You can see the rundown way better. Please shrink your head. I mean, not really much way to... Am I in the way of the overlay? Is that what you're saying? I say the overlay's ahead of me, so is in front of me, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I can scoot back a little bit to make myself a little bit smaller in the stream, but yeah, I can't. I'm not covering over the run back down, but here we go. I don't know what you're looking for a rundown, but here we go. Ty Gibbs taking the lead here on the restart here. Not sure if did he pit? Let's see. Last pit. Oh no! Corey LaJoie with an issue there. Spins and right up into the field. Newman gets collected. Joey Logano in it. That's a big one. That's a big wreck there. And Joey Logano's done. Joey is out. Joey Logano, day ended here for Joey Logano. That is there's no way they can fix that. That's got to be a broken axle, or at the very least, something's majorly wrong with that wheel here. All right, here we go. Yeah, no idea what happened there, but man, who else got a piece of that thing? Kevin Harvick got a small piece. He just went and he did the same thing I do on NASCAR Heat 5. He got too low there off of the corner, ended up looping it around here. The caution flag definitely changes a lot here as we get ready for this one. So let's see. Last pit stop, 150. Okay, so everybody, or 254. So everybody's pit somewhat so everybody's on about the same amount of rubber here at the front of the field. Everybody's pit at lap 250-ish. But man, that's a bummer though for Joey Logano and his fans. Absolutely devastating there for him. But lower control arm broken on Joey Logano. He's going to try and drive it to the garage here. This day is done for Joey Logano. He will not make the playoff. He will not make the next round of the playoffs. That is a big shock. He was the guy I said before the race. I thought he might be the one to miss out, but man, weird to think when it's actually happening though. So that is going to kill Joey Logano's playoff hopes here. We'll have to wait and see how scoring works for Joey Logano to see exactly where he ends up being scored, but man, it is not an easy one here. All right, here we go. Starting getting ready to hopefully see another restart here. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson up there in the top 5 here. Michael McDowell, 6th place. All right, McDowell's still minus 16 points, so he still needs the win as it stands right now. But let's see. So Stenhouse. I mean, hey, you know what? We could see a very different round of 16 here very soon. Actually, Logano's +2 still on the cut line. He could still sneak in. As of right now, it would be Harvick, Wallace, Stenhouse, and McDowell out. But Logano's only 2 points above the cut line. Have they updated the scoring to show him all the way in last? If so, let's say that championship is pretty much out of reach, though, for Logano at this point. The defending NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano, out in round 1. That is a shocking stat there. Last week at whatchamacallit, Kansas was definitely his best shot. So the guy's on the bubble right now. Truex, I believe he's plus 2 points right now. We're waiting to see where Logano's going to ultimately figure out, but we believe Logano is out. We don't think there's any shot for him. McDowell is below. He's 14 out. Stenhouse is about 8 out. And there we go. Logano has moved below the cut line as they run. Bubba Wallace moves in by 1 point. So it's Bubba Wallace, Truex, and Harvick are really the guys I think that are realistically in contention to point their way to the playoffs. Stenhouse could theoretically point his way to the next round as well. McDowell, I'm still of the firm belief that I think McDowell is going to need to win if he wants to, if McDowell wants to see second round playoff action here. Would love to see him in the second round. Again, I've been saying this, and I mentioned this earlier tonight. If McDowell can survive this first round, which, if he gets through this one, it will be surviving. Because he has not been very strong in the playoffs here. Free pass, let's see. Free pass, I believe, was Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton, I believe, was the free pass. So he's now 25th, and he's on the lead lap. So back on the lead lap for Harrison Burton, and driving the number 21 car there. All right, here we go. So we are up to 2,319 subscribers, continuing to make that march towards 24K. Or, 2,400, not 24K. Well, if we were close enough for 24K, that'd be amazing. But, here we go. Let's see. Bell's looked very good here. Hocevar has been a surprise here in the latter part of this race. He showed up around the top 10, raced his way up into the top 5, currently running 7th here, but Carson Hocevar really making a case that, hey, I should be racing on Sunday next year. Driving for, it sounds like he may end up driving for Spire. We don't know yet, but Spire did just pick up a 3rd charter, so potentially making an extra room for him. So let's see. Here we go. We got 72 people in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, we're getting ready for the end of this race. We're currently 20 laps into stage number 3. And Austin Dillon showing. Austin Dillon talking about Coca-Cola as we get back from commercial break. And, yeah, here we go. Let's see. So, again, I need MTJ Keselowski to climb the leaderboard here quite significantly. Because, so far, this race has not gone the way they expected here. So, we are currently 80 subscribers away from hitting 2,400 here. And I say 80 subscribers. Would love to see us hit that by the end of the season, but again, lofty goal, I think. Yeah, I was originally thinking 2,300 might not even be achieved until December. So here we go. Pace car's off. Green flag flies once again. And here we go. Denny Hamlin versus his teammate, Ty Gibbs here. There's no playoff implication this time. So Denny Hamlin has no reason to be playing too rough with his teammate here. By the way, Denny Hamlin has locked himself in on points. Denny Hamlin will see round 2 playoff action here. Michael McDowell fighting here with Ryan Preece, trying to climb his way through the field here. And Michael McDowell now looking to the inside on the 42 of Carson Hocevar, that teal Sunset, or whatever that car is. Is it Sunset Resort or something? But here we go. Let's see. So Christopher Bell up into the top 5. Michael McDowell trying to fight his way through here. Ty Gibbs, though, able to get the lead early on off the restart here. He's now going to be looking to try and see how far he can bring this one. So here we go. That 34, though, Michael McDowell, he's putting up a fight. The problem is, I just don't know if there's enough. Unless Harvick and Truex get wiped out, I don't know if there's enough points on the table for him. Now, if Truex and Harvick both get wiped out, I could see Michael McDowell maybe having an avenue here. But it would take a very lucky set of circumstances for him to be in position for that, which is not exactly what I consider likely. So here we go. Let's see. So right now, honestly, these guys are running pretty well, but just kind of pacing themselves here. All right, here we go. So let's see. Everybody's just kind of settling into line here. We're just kind of going status quo. Let's take a look a little bit further down the list, see if we can find some interesting stuff going on. So Bubba Wallace is up to 14th here. Unfortunately, he's the one driver I didn't need moving forward. Tyler Reddick, 19th. Todd Gilliland staying on lead lap so far. But yeah, I need Truex and Keselowski to get up into this top 10 here. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Right now, though, Truex holding on to a 3-point lead as it stands right now over Harvick for that final playoff spot. Harvick and Logano going back and forth right now, but again, we know Logano's already out of the race. There's no way Logano gets back into this thing unless maybe a bizarre set of circumstances. We could see a lot of wrecks and potentially, again, Logano maybe fighting his way back into it, but it would be tough. So here we go. Let's see. So Harvick, he's stuck he's stuck a lap down for Kevin Harvick, so he can only pass about 2 cars here. Is a Kyle Busch, I think he might even be locked in at this point in the race. Well, yeah, unfortunately you can't hit the like button twice. That's YouTube. If you want to complain, I'm sure YouTube has a comment box somewhere that you can go ahead and leave that suggestion. I don't know if they would do it, but yep. So Blaney continuing to fall back. He's battling now with the 21 of Harrison Burton. That's a weird one to see. See Blaney struggling this far, but again, he's got a very good point line battle here. Let's see. So yeah, again, they locked Hamlin in. Hamlin is in based on points here. Oh! So Blaney got into the fence right in front of Martin Truex Jr. Are you kidding me? Come on. Did that drop? Okay, it didn't drop him back, but it dropped him back on the spot or on the time chart, but he didn't actually lose any positions due to Blaney. So Blaney continuing to struggle here. Corey LaJoie is still being scored on lead lap. I don't know why that is. He was definitely not getting back in this race, I don't think. At least not based on what I was seeing here, so. Let's see what we got. Again, like, this top 5 is just kind of, I think most of them are just kind of settling in the single file line here, especially after that early wreck. Not wanting to see that happen again to one of them, so. 28th place here for Kevin Harvick. Stuck a lap down. Not much he can really do here to try and fight his way back onto the lead lap. But again, as I mentioned, I've talked about this a couple times. Me and my dad will be co-streaming not co-streaming, but we'll be co-commentating the Jets-Cowboys game tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. I believe that's still the plan. But yeah, we'll both be doing that here. Hopefully you guys will be excited for that one. I know I'm excited to do it. He's a big Jets fan. Wanted to do Monday Night Football with him last week with Rodgers' debut. Unfortunately, Rodgers out for the season, so that one is a bit of a bummer for him. But yeah, we're gonna try and do one though, and then again, I may sprinkle in an NFL broadcast here and there. I'm still primarily a racing channel, but it's a good other sports thing, especially on Sunday when there isn't a cup race going on. So, here we go. Let's see. Let's say. So it sounds like Kevin Harvick is having some trouble, and they aren't able to fix whatever it is. It sounds like, and because laps are so short, you can't really fix. You can't spend too much time fixing something without losing it. Oh, here we go. They're talking with Joey Logano after he is now out of the race and out of the playoffs here. Hey, you know what? Credit to Logano. And I do not say that very often, but saying that they did it to themselves by running there, which I mean, it might be a little harsh, but fair enough. I mean, hey, you do got to make sure you're running well enough, and here we go. So Logano hoping to get lucky here to still maybe advance here. So not officially out, because again, mathematically, some of these people could still have issues and maybe promote him back in, but it would be a tall order. If Truex has a wreck, then you can start talking about Logano possibly getting back into this thing here. All right, here we go. So let's see what we got going on. Further back in the field here, we got again. Truex is still stuck in 20th. Are you kidding me? Keselowski hasn't made much progress either, though. He's only in 16th right now. But yeah, I mean, their cars are definitely not what they need to be right now. So Blaney is only plus 23 right now. But yeah, Kyle Busch still over a 20-point advantage as it runs right now. I don't see any path right now that Kyle Busch ends up out the playoffs, unless he ends up in a wreck or something. Maybe that, but even then, he might have enough there. Harvick not selling Busch beer like he was. Yeah, I mean, he's had Busch beer on his car quite a bit this year, but yeah, he's got a gear wrench on the car tonight, and obviously when you aren't running as well, yeah, probably not selling the beer quite as well. Although, hey, you never know. Maybe he's making more people drink Busch beer, because his fans need to drink heavily to forget this season happening. I mean, hey, you never know. Maybe that's the marketing strategy there for Kevin Harvick. I'm sure that isn't actually the marketing strategy, but yeah. Harvick has now lost a second lap. That is heartbreaking for Kevin Harvick. How do you get back from 2 laps down? He's not going to give up or like park it early, but I just don't see an avenue for Kevin Harvick to do much else here. And there we go. Kevin Harvick getting passed by Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell, the lead lap car in this situation. Not very often that you've been able to say that. All right. All right. And they go to side-by-side commercial here. So just kind of looking at the NFL slate of games coming up tomorrow. For the games I won't be able to talk much about because they're at the 1 o'clock time slot. We got Ravens Bengals. We got Seahawks Lions. Colts Texans. My Colts, hoping to see them pick up their first win of the season here against Houston. Then you got Buccaneers Bears. That'll be a good game, hopefully. Curious to see if the Bears can bounce back after that Week 1 loss to the Packers. Then you got the Chiefs Jaguars. I think that might be game of the week right there. Chiefs Jaguars. That should be a very good game between two MVP caliber teams. Packers Falcons. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully that's a good game. Packers might just blow them out, but the Falcons' run game might keep them in it. Bills Raiders, that should be a blowout. The Bills should have that one pretty handily. Chargers Titans, Chargers should win that game. Rams 49ers might be closer than some people think. But I still think the 49ers get that one. Giants better beat the Cardinals, and then you get to our time slot where we're timed at it. So, yep. So that's the morning slate of NFL games, the ones that I won't be able to cover because I'm going to be at work. Brad Keselowski finally passes a car. He passes Eric Almirola for 15th place. Yay! All we need to do is pass like 10 more. Can we just pass 10 more cars, Keselowski? Realistically, I just need him to get to 7th place. So I only need him to pass about 8 cars. Can we pass 8 cars, Keselowski? But, yeah, here we go. Under the green flag still. I'm going to go ahead and start putting up the poll for the end of the race here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put in the names here at the top of the list. Weird to think Ty Gibbs might actually be contending for a win here in his rookie year. Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson. And other. So there's the poll for you guys to go ahead and vote on if you guys want to go ahead and let this one know. Alright, well, hey, I've got plenty of NASCAR content for you guys. I just know a lot of people do appreciate the NFL stuff, so I like to mention the games when I can. And we were on a commercial break anyway, so I couldn't see the track, so... Here we go. We're back, though, they're back from commercial break, and we got Larson battling with Hamlin here for the second position. Both those drivers locked into the next round, so they can really just fight here for this one. But here we go. Oh, come on. Kyle Busch, next one to go a lap down. I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe I made the right choice as to who to leave in my garage, at least. Because, yeah, I ultimately left Kyle Busch in my garage here. Who was my pick? My pre-race pick for the race win was Kyle Larson. I just saw his speed over the course of the last few weeks, and the fact that he doesn't have anything to race for in terms of having to play it safe and potentially settle for second or third on points. Yeah, that was kind of that was my pick pre-race. So definitely could see some differences here, but go ahead and see. Oh, Eric Jones coming down pit road. Oh, no, that's not good. All right, just going ahead and putting the poll up on Twitter as well, just so that people know we're still streaming here, because if I'm not posting over there, people sometimes forget that we exist. Kyle Larson. And other comment below. Let's make this a 1 hour poll. There we go. Alright, there's that post up. And here we go. Let's see. Kyle Busch trying to fight Ty Gibbs to stay on that lead lap. Oh man, what a blast from the past this has got to be for let's say long shot Ars Nova. That would be a good one here. But yeah, Kyle Busch. How fitting to see him having to fight with his old car here to stay on the lead lap at one of Kyle Busch's best tracks historically here. I mean, this is literally, historically, this is one of Kyle Busch's best racetracks in the world. And he is now trying to fight with the driver who took his seat at Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Ty Gibbs, this is his rookie season here for Ty Gibbs. He did run a few races last year in the second half, but he is the Rookie of the Year contender. I believe he's the Rookie of the Year winner already, because Noah Gragson getting kicked out midway through for some dumb stuff. I believe that was the only other rookie this year, so Ty Gibbs is already, I believe, the Rookie of the Year. Christopher Sharp, and I say long shot, Carson Hocevar, I'd love to see it. That would be amazing. But yeah, Hocevar running 6th place. He's running very well. Alright, Corey likes turtles, and say turtles are kind of the opposite of what we're talking about. We're talking about fast cars. But yeah, turtles are cool though. Tim say, and he likes Larson. And Larson's not exactly my favorite driver, but he's definitely, looking at the actual stats, hard to argue that Larson isn't one of the, probably, I would say he's probably top 5 in the Cup Series today, and I'm just going to be a little conservative with that, because Byron has looked very good. Kyle Busch and Truex have both looked very solid as well. But I would say Larson being top 5 is about right for where he is in terms of the overall NASCAR Cup landscape right now. But yeah, I'd say the sponsorship though for Kyle Busch proving an issue last year. Not to mention, again, they were able to find someone they could pay a little bit less money to here. Truex, the last car on the lead lap. Ty Gibbs again. Will Ty Gibbs play nicer with his teammate? I wouldn't if I were him. I wouldn't worry about that. I would just try and run as fast as you can right now, because you got to try and get. He's trying to win the race here. There's no guaranteed stage or anything that would save Truex from a spot or two here. Keselowski, though, up to 13th. He's making some moves here. Now I just need Truex to start making similar moves towards the front. Yeah, Ryan Newman is getting old, that's for sure. Yeah, he's getting up there in age. He was a rookie along with, he was a rookie back in the, actually, he was the Rookie of the Year over what's his name? Yeah, he was the Rookie of the Year over Jimmy Johnson back in 2002, so, yeah, that Rookie of the Year battle back then had to have been insane. Having multiple rookies contending for potentially the championship, not just the Rookie of the Year. So here we go. Let's see. So if we get a late caution here, this could shake things up still. But he's good. Newman, I don't know. After his wreck in 2020, Newman just did not look like the same guy ever again after that 2020 wreck. I mean, historically, yeah, he's going to go down as one of the greatest drivers. I would probably say he will end up in the Hall of Fame eventually here. But 94 to go, he's led 94 laps already. Whoa, I didn't realize Ty Gibbs has led that much already tonight. All right, there we go. So going to a side-by-side commercial. But yeah, right now the big thing for Ty Gibbs is just play it safe. Don't. Oh yeah, Ty Gibbs. Yeah, he definitely looks like a baby. I mean, let me see if I can actually. Yeah, let me see. While we're under the commercial break right now, let me see if I can find the picture of him with his Dover trophy from a couple years ago here. Hey, Frank, how's it going? Hey, you know what? We're both hoping for the same thing. I'd love to see McDowell get this one here at the end. But, yeah, let me see if I can find this one here. Mark Martin would... I don't know. Would Mark Martin have ever adapted to this aggressive style that we see today? I mean, is a no doubt, again, one of the best drivers of all time, but he did it in a much different way than the drivers of today. I mean, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, some of the most aggressive racing we've seen in years. Joey Logano, he was kind of the first driver to really start doing it and winning doing it. Absolutely driving head and shoulders above in terms of aggressiveness level. Yeah, Mark Martin definitely, he had some bad breaks where he would come up just short of championships and stuff, but I don't know. Again, it's a really tough one to call. All right, let's see. Can I find this Dover trophy from him? Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and put it up on the screen for you guys real quick. Just because I want to because, yeah, if you guys think Ty Gibbs looks like a baby now, let's see. Just got to download the photo from my phone. All right, insert an image number 8, and newly downloaded. So, yeah, here's Ty Gibbs from his from when he won at Dover, and I believe this might have even this was his ARCA day, his ARCA day, I think, because he only really spent a day. But I mean, he looks like a little kid there playing with his big monster statue. So yeah, that was Ty Gibbs's monster trophy. We'll put that up in the corner for right now. Ooh, there we go. But yeah. He literally looks like a tiny one. Oh! The 19's wrecking. That's not good. I looked away from him for a little too long there. And we got a caution flag flying here. And the caution flag is very quick. Wow. Yeah, he literally looks like a kid. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a caution flag. So when we go back to racing, I'll go ahead and hide that away. But I'll leave that up there for you guys to admire just how young he looks. And mind you, this is 18-year-old Ty Gibbs. So, it is a couple years old, but still, he looks way younger than 18 there. Yeah, I mean, again, the hardest part when it comes to comparing the old versus new drivers is, one, the era that they raced in. Now, obviously, some of those drivers, Dale Earnhardt, probably would fit in well, but also, if they were to come back racing, obviously, they're a lot older now. But prime Jeff Gordon versus prime, say, Kyle Larson, it would be a pretty big one here. But, yeah, so that was, there we go. Let's go ahead and take that off the screen. I just wanted to show you guys that, since we were talking about how young Ty Gibbs looks, and I remember that I had that photo from the media center at Dover that day. So, yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, this changes everything. Hopefully, Truex, he was like the one guy I didn't need to have be involved in the caution. He's now one lap down and won't be able to get the free pass because he's the cause of the caution. So that is not good. This race is actually pretty good right now. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I've seen better Bristol races. In particular, that 2017 night race was amazing. Watching Eric Jones versus him. And, I thought we were doing choose cone based on the camera we were going to, and then Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson both drove right over the box. And Ty Gibbs is being scored third place here as they come down pit road. Everybody's coming to pit road here. Possibly we might say again. I don't know. I didn't see the damage yet on. Didn't see the damage on Truex yet, so I don't know if we're gonna see the damage kind of come back up the race here. But yeah, let's see. Ty Gibbs, the other Kyle Larson, all getting votes. No one thinks Denny Hamlin's got this one. Wow, that's weird. Let's see. Here we go. Kyle Larson coming to pit, hitting his pit stall. Now Buescher hitting his stall. Bubba Wallace still has not gotten to his pit stall way at the end of pit road here. The NASCAR fan wants Ty Gibbs to win. We got a lot of people rooting for Ty Gibbs right now, and honestly, I don't blame you guys. He's definitely a fun winner here. Kyle Larson, an 8.8, 8.4 for Chris Buescher on pit road. Hamlin and Larson holding serve on pit road. Ty Gibbs losing 2 spots on pit road, though. So, yeah, Ty Gibbs losing 2 spots there. Oh. Okay, that's not too bad for Truex. Now, again, he lost the lead lap there due to the caution flag. He may have been able to stay out, though, to get that wave around. But, yeah, one more caution, though, would be great to kind of get him back up in the mix. Oh, he's being shown 2 laps down. Did he break a toe link on that? The wreck didn't... it looked like he barely tagged the wall, but I guess maybe it was worse than it looked like. Not sure why it's showing him 2 laps down. I think he's only 1 down. It's also showing Kyle Busch 2 laps down. Busch definitely didn't lose an extra lap. So I'm assuming... Oh, yeah, there we go. Just updated. Truex is only 1 lap down, so... If he can get... Again, if he can just stabilize and start moving forward, he might have a shot at this one. But, man... bummed to see Truex running so hard here. Yeah, William Byron driving the old number 24 car that Jeff Gordon made famous. And I say he's looked very good. He's already advanced to the next round of the playoffs as well. So we will see him racing at Texas for the second round here next week. Tire, what's that about? But yeah, I mean it's getting late, and it's been a lot of streaming this week, but. Yeah. So Martin Truex Jr. was +5 when he had the incident, so it's going to be tight to see if he can get this one going. But yeah, a little bit tired, but we're continuing to keep this going, though. Hopefully going to bring some energy here. We're continuing that. We're holding steady, about 80 subscribers away from 220, or from 2,004. 2,400 here, so that's the next big landmark here to hit. Not sure when we'll hit it, but all right, let's see. So as of right now, this stream we are up. Have we taken the total? Okay, we are on the podium here. So far, the top 3 streams in channel history right now. Time for some payback from Larson here. Someone almost hit the wall. I think you're talking about Truex. Truex almost hit the fence, but yeah, T-Van talking about Larson potentially getting some payback here. I don't know. If I'm Larson, this is not where I go and pay back Hamlin. Like, yeah, you could do it to try and get the race win. Hit him where it counts. Wait till Hamlin is on the bubble, potentially at the Charlotte Road Course next round. Go ahead and knock him around and hope that it doesn't come back to bite you like it did with Kevin Harvick and 54. Rooting for the 54 and 24. So here you go. Green flag is out and they're racing. Hamlin and Larson drag race it down towards turn 1. Let's see. Who's gonna get this one as they come? Oh, they're already back off turn 4 here. Okay. Hamlin trying to clear. Hamlin not able to quite clear yet. He's still having to run up the track just a little bit here. Right now, Kyle Larson losing the... he's coming in second here, but he's fighting. He's trying to keep that door open with a potential for move here. Michael McDowell trying to make something happen here as well. Hamlin running, or McDowell running 6th place here. He's looking the inside on if McDowell can get through this field, he's only 17 points short of the playoffs. Again, not necessarily looking like he could get there, but it certainly isn't impossible that he could possibly maybe win the race. We saw an underdog winner last year, Chris Buescher getting the win. But yeah, right now we've got a battle though. Hamlin has finally clinched that battle over the Fila Larson for now. We'll have to wait and see if that continues here. But oh, are you talking about me talking about the wait and pay him back when it counts? I mean, hey, that's just smart. If you wanna make someone regret messing with you, make your payback actually matter. I mean, that's what I said about when who was it? It was Denny Hamlin. When Denny Hamlin paid back Ross Chastain last year at Pocono, I said that really wasn't a smart time to go and pay him back because they both already had wins. They were both in the playoffs. There wasn't really anything that was going to happen there. So, I mean, that's smart, is to wait until it actually matters, because tonight they're both locked into the next round. They'll both be racing in round 2. Now Truex and Bubba Wallace fighting for position in terms of points here. Did Truex get back in the lead lap, or is he going to have to wait for another caution here? Let's see. All right, Truex is still a lap down. He's currently 19th place right now. He's the first car 1 lap down if we do get a lucky yellow, but I don't know. Lucky yellows don't seem to be the case tonight. But yeah, here we go. All right, what's the number we have to hit for the all right, 3294 is the number of views we need to hit. We're less than 40 away from having a new most viewed stream on YouTube for my channel at least. But here we go, the battle for 6th place. Michael McDowell trying to hold on to this one. Meanwhile, Truex continually trying to race his way through this field. Yeah, Haley needs to get rough, but she needs to get rough. Again, you need to get rough at the right time. Because if you are just making your competitors mad all the time, I mean, you're going to make enemies. And especially at tracks like Talladega, where you would imagine someone who's having a rough go of it might be able to pick up a win. She won't have any help if she goes and makes enemies. But again, at tracks like Bristol, Richmond, sure, she could definitely do with being a touch more aggressive. Kind of going back to the Haley Deegan of the ARCA days. So, Martin Truex Jr. gritting through here. He was the regular season champion, and he is barely scraping through this first round. That was a lot of playoff points that he had, and ultimately comes up short. If he ends up coming short today, that would be ridiculous. But right now, he's 4 to the good. All right, here we go. Oh, he almost broke his wrist at Kansas. That's something we haven't heard yet. He said he hurt his wrist, and he said, and apparently Martin, when talking with the reporters, compared it to when he broke his wrist previously. So that would have been really bad if he was injured too much to race. Now, if he wrecks out tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him maybe take Texas off to recover that wrist, because if he's not in the playoff hunt, no real need to worry about that one. And we have a new channel record, the most viewed live streaming channel history here. William Byron up to 8th place now. But yeah, he's been pretty patient here. He's just kind of working his way slowly through the field, not really making any spectacular moves, but he's not wrecking either, so that's good. And right now, Martin Truex Jr. is passing Ryan Preece for 12th here. Now, again, Truex not on the lead lap, but in terms of track position. So he theoretically could have a car in position here for the... he could have a spot in the top 10 here if he has a good day. But Stenhouse battling with Keselowski here for 10th place. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to get this one. It's gonna be a tough fight here, that's for sure. We got 30 votes on the poll. Thank you guys for all your input. Looks like Kyle Larson is our favorite to win the race, based on the poll. We got Ty Gibbs. There is at least one vote for Denny Hamlin in there. Nice. Then we got other is the other big one. So not sure who the other we think is gonna win this thing. Is it Bell? Is it Buescher? Ty Gibbs, I know, probably was a lot of people's thought process when they first put that pick in. So there's pretty good ones here. So Kyle Busch, very frustrated with his car, just not going anywhere here. Yeah. I mean, hey, honestly, right now, though, Byron, he's in the playoffs. He can go, he can send it. He doesn't say he's locked in. Even if he wrecks, he's going to be in the next round. So he doesn't really have anything to worry too much about here. But, yeah, honestly, William Byron could just he could coast his way to the next round, especially if he doesn't think he's in position to win the race because there's no playoff points available for him. But, yeah. Well, thanks, Tim. Glad to hear that you guys are enjoying this one. Again, I love just being able to kind of sit down and chat with you guys. So, here we go. Let's see. We got Larson still running. He's still up in the second spot here. Bell, though, starting to close that gap. Bell starting to creep into the picture of the top two here. Starting to look like the Jaws music starting to play for Kyle Larson here. Let's go. Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher currently 5th and 4th respectively. Without a caution, I don't see really any way that these guys shake everything around. Can he lose points? Are you talking about William Byron? Because William Byron, if he finishes worse, he would lose points, but he wouldn't be able to lose enough points to be outside the playoffs. So William Byron could lose points, obviously, if he wrecks out of the race, as opposed to finishing in 8th. But he won't lose playoff points. The only way he would lose points, quote unquote, would be the points he would end up not scoring by not winning the race. But the only points that matter after tonight are playoff points for this upcoming round. Because the points get reset to their playoff point total, so can't stand Hamlin as a racer. I get that, especially this year. He's definitely not been driving with his head. So, if we look at playoff points real quick, let me see. So, yeah, so in terms of playoff points, William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. are both at the top of the grid in terms of playoff points at 36 points, and those are guaranteed. So they will be starting at 3,036 points at the end of the night, assuming that they both make the next round. Denny Hamlin will have, again, assuming that there's no changes in terms of race win here tonight, Denny Hamlin will pick up, will be 3,027 points. Then you got Larson at 23, 21 playoff points currently for Chris Buescher, 19 for Kyle Busch, 14 for Reddick, 14 for Bell, 11 for Brad Keselowski, 11 for Chastain. Then I believe it's 8 for Blaney, 8 for Logano, 7 for Michael McDowell. Then you got 5 for Stenhouse and 4 for Kevin Harvick. And I believe that's your 16 playoff points complete. Or those are your 16 playoff drivers. Obviously, 4 of them won't be playoff drivers after tonight. Yeah, no, I definitely do have a face for radio here. Hey, Yogi, how's it going? Team Panda Bear. Okay, not sure what that has to do with anything, but go Panda Bears. I know that's my mom's favorite animal, so. Yeah, I know. Definitely not the best looking guy around. But, yeah, right now we're just kind of settling in for this one. Without a yellow, we're kind of spaced out here, just kind of waiting to see if when the track's going to start to change here. Let's see if there's something going on in the back half of the field. Because the NASCAR Cup guys don't like to, or the guys broadcast in the race don't seem to cover the mid to back half of the field unless it's a playoff driver. Alex Bowman, 15th. Todd Gilliland in 16th. 17th is Austin Dillon, and 18th, Eric Amarola. Quick shout-outs to a couple of those non-playoff guys. Ryan Preece in 12th, honestly, having a pretty good run for that SHR car. I mentioned him in my Fantasy Friday video that, hey, he is a short track racer by trade. Like, that's what he grew up doing here. Wow, Denny Hamlin just led his 14,000th career lap led here. Buescher is going to win the championship. Okay, well, hey, you know what? I'd love to see it. I think just getting to that championship 4 is going to be a big accomplishment there. But, yeah, I mean, hey, I could see Buescher winning this championship. The biggest thing is how good is he going to be at Phoenix here. In fact, I'm just going to take a quick peek. What were the Phoenix results in the spring for the RFK guys? Let's see. Full schedule. United Rentals. So Byron won the race at NSA, and it was really an SHR, or not an SHR, a Hendrick dominated race here at Phoenix in the spring. Let's see. Mike McDowell got 13th. Buescher finished 15th in the race in the spring. Now, they've definitely improved as the season went along, but it's just kind of that one little thing that something could go wrong. And they definitely don't necessarily have a pedigree for speed at that track. But, again, he's shown that over the course of the season, they've picked up a ton of speed, too. So, who knows? Yeah, the NASCAR, NBC, and Fox coverage. Yeah, I've complained, especially if you go back to that Daytona 500 stream. I know it was only one of my first ones, so it definitely wasn't my best. But man, I was upset with Fox that night. I mean, I'm still a little upset about how they covered the Daytona 500 that night. I mean, I think it was the first 3 green flag lead changes were all done under commercial breaks. And that's just because they were throwing a ton of commercials in there, and it's like, yep. So here we go, man. Thank you guys, though, for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, Byron definitely should be considered the absolute favorite right now for the championship. But again, it comes down to that one race at Phoenix, and anything can happen. But I would be surprised if we don't see William Byron racing for the championship at Phoenix at the end of the year. So here we go. Yeah, Michael McDowell running near the top 5, though. That's still a surprise for Michael McDowell. Running inside the top 10 might not be becoming as much of a surprise for Michael McDowell. But, man, I'm excited to see Michael McDowell running this well. I hope he stays in this 34 car for a long time. I know a lot of people talking about him potentially retiring. He's not that old. Despite peaking late in his career. I mean, he's peaking a little bit later than most drivers. How old is Mike McDowell right now, anyway? But, yeah, I mean, again, definitely wouldn't count. I think Championship 4, just kind of looking at it right now, I would say Larson, Hamlin, or Bell would probably be my kind of battle for that cut line spot. I think Buescher and Byron would be the other two I would probably say are pretty safe picks. And there's definitely other drivers that could get in that mix, but how old is Michael McDowell? Michael McDowell. Come on. Tell me Michael Mick doesn't automatically autofill the race car driver? Come on. Okay, he's 38 years old, so I would say retiring in the next 5 years. I could see that, but as I say, retiring at 38 would be a little early. Let's see, where is Stenhouse running? Stenhouse is currently just outside the top 10. He's running 11th place right now for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Pretty good run, honestly, for that team. Just unfortunately that's going to come up 9 spots shy of the next round of the playoffs for him. Let's say Kevin Harvick's 5 points out right now on Martin Truex Jr. It's going to be hard for him to gain any of those spots back now. Truex losing 5 spots. Don't want to mess that up here. Actually, I started scrolling on the wrong page there, so. But let's see. Truex is currently 19th, so there's definitely room for him to lose 5 spots here. Oop. Yeah, there we go. I think it just updated the thing. All right, let's try and get this centered here. All right, I'm going to just leave that there. That's somewhat well lined up. I actually scrolled on the wrong one, and my computer's not being the fastest right now. So Kevin Harvick, though, he's only got one driver he can pass for position on his lap. Truex has 3 people he could potentially lose spots to. Now, obviously, if he wrecks, I could change that, but I don't think there's enough spots on the racetrack for Harvick to stay in here. But yeah, Stenhouse is up to 11th place. Yep. But let's see. Bubba Wallace is currently holding down the 13th place, so. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and try and get this thing centered. Oh. Alright, let me go ahead and try refreshing my web page over here real quick. Not sure. My internet seems to be pretty slow here. Gap from Larson to Hamlin is about 1.5 seconds. 1.5, 1.6. It's been floating around there. Some laps Hamlin's been gaining a second or two, or a tenth or two. Other laps Larson's been reeling it in a little bit. So yeah, Hamlin's kind of just comfortable right now. He's starting to get to lap traffic though, and that could definitely slow him down. Kyle Busch about to go another lap down here. All right. Exit page. Come on. There we go. Come on, let's get this leaderboard back up and going. Alright, so let's go ahead and unmark my guys here. Alright, now let's see. There we go. Alright, we're lined back up. Somewhat well, at least. It's not perfect. Kyle Busch just went, I believe that's 2 laps down officially here. Oh, yeah, oh, no, Kyle Busch has actually maintained his whatever lap he was running on. So, Kyle Busch currently the tail end of the 1 lap down guys in 20th place right now. So, Kyle Busch not running bad, but just not running very well either. Not getting a lot of confidence here. Hey, Blue Guys Plays, how's it going? Oh, wow, we got a lot of people in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in. We got 125 people in here. If you guys are enjoying the stream, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. But, yeah, we got a pretty good race going on here. Oh, Larson just closed it in. 3/4 of a second now between the 2 leaders. 3/4 of a second. Between Larson and Hamlin, that lap traffic is starting to cost Hamlin a lot of time. And Michael McDowell just passed Ty Gibbs to get up into the 5th here. Nice, let's go. Hey, Hal Fulford, how's it going? Let's go. Man, we got a lot of people in here, and I love seeing a nice full chat here. Larson should have won last week. I think it's his week. I mean, he won. He won Darlington. Does he? He doesn't need to win every week, but man, that's it. Hey, you know what? Again, he was my pre-race pick. I think he does get it done this week, but again, he already had a win this round. It's not like he's on a 10-race winless streak or something. But yeah, here we go. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in here. Yeah, and that's the weird thing is that he wasn't necessarily doing bad with his old crew chief, and in fact, that crew chief, I attributed a lot of Stenhouse's success to Brian Patty, and I was concerned when they got split up. But hey, you know what? Stenhouse is running very well. I was also concerned for Michael McDowell because he lost his crew chief 2 years in a row after having his new best season ever, and once again, it dropped. He's dropping another new best season ever potentially here. Yeah, Michael McDowell's got a fast car here. It's like Dimebags wanting him to win them all. Talladega in next round will be a challenge, but hey, he'll probably win the Roval and lock himself in, even if he doesn't get Texas here. But yeah, I mean, McDowell's has had a fast car most of this year. It's just kind of been running into bad luck while running on the edge of the top 10 has been literally the curse for him. I mean, if he avoided trouble at Darlington and Kansas, he probably would be right around that cut line here. Gap to the leader. Denny has extended it down to 1.1 seconds here for Larson as the lap traffic now in front of Hamlin is a lot less. The only car actually in front of Denny Hamlin right now. You got Bubba Wallace and you got another car there on the inside. I'm not sure who that is. Might be 78 of BJ McLeod Motorsports or Live Fast or whatever that team was called, but they've already sold their charter for next year, so they're probably not going to be racing next year. And then that battle for 9th here. Yeah, Brad Keselowski looking to the inside here on Carson Hocevar. Hocevar's been impressive today. Sorry, that's the battle for 9th there. Yeah, Keselowski just took 9th from... Yeah, Keselowski just took 9th place here from Hocevar here. So, we're still working our way through here. But, yeah, 30... We're working our way through here. This is a real... Again, most watched stream on my channel's history. This has been an amazing day. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Man. Here we go. Let's see. Denny Hamlin working his way through some lap traffic. Okay, lap traffic's starting to get a little bit heavier there. He's got AJ Allmendinger now ahead of him, but he just put a lot of traffic between himself and Larson here. Larson's going to have a hard time getting through that as quickly as Hamlin did. Still possible, but certainly not easy, which is the biggest thing. All right, let's see. All right, we're continuing to grow on that front. There we go. All right, let's see. So, yeah, Hamlin and Byron had locked in on points. They cannot lose the amount of points needed. So, yeah, the race is on USA Network. Next week at Texas will be the last USA Network race for the year. And then it will be Network NBC the rest of the way to the championship. And there will probably be some Peacock simulcasts in there as well. So if you guys have a Peacock subscription, you'll be able to watch. I don't know about if you don't have a Peacock subscription, if it's free to watch on Peacock anyway, but yeah. And I'll be streaming all the races here too, doing my co-commentary here. But right now, that's a big gap between Michael McDowell. He's got about a second to run down between himself and Buescher to try and gain one spot. But hey, you know what? McDowell has put up an amazing fight here on the racetrack this year. Around a 16 elimination, maybe a little disappointing just because of the potential optimism we had, but certainly nothing to scoff at. 3 top 10 qualifying efforts in a row to end off his playoff run here. Yeah, I don't know why Kyle Busch wasn't as good either. That was a little bit of a surprise, but also he's at a new team. New team probably doesn't have quite the amount of notes from Kyle's experience at this track, probably. But here we go. So, hey, you know what? Stenhouse having a nice solid finish here in 11th would be a great day for him. Here we go. 35 laps to go. 35 laps to go here. All right, so here we go. Can Bubba Wallace advance? He's only 4 points above right now. He needs to avoid a mistake here. Where's Bubba running right now? Let's see. Bubba Wallace is currently 14th, 1 lap down. He needs to avoid losing spots. 4 spots is the difference between him making the playoffs and losing the playoff spot to Joey Logano. Come on, Bubba. Let's keep Logano out of this one. How come Ben Rhodes is not in Xfinity? That's a good question. Because with his talent and his Truck Series championship under his belt, I think a lot of people expected he would move up. But I think the clear point there on that, yeah, as I say, it's kind of one of those things with a lot of people, I'm sure, where it's like they hate him, but they respect him at the same time when it comes to Kyle Busch. But when it comes to Ben Rhodes and why he's not in Xfinity, I think the biggest key is look around the Xfinity garage and tell me how many Ford teams you see in there. You got, what, 2 SHR cars, the Ryan Sieg Racing cars, and that's about it. And the only reason there's 2 SHR cars this year is because they wanted to keep Cole Custer on the team. No, the Xfinity races will be on USA Network next year. Let me see when that CW deal... I think that doesn't start till 2025. Let me look up the exact one. But yeah, no, that TV deal, beginning in the 2025 season. So, here's from the, this is a copy paste from the NASCAR, from the NASCAR.com article. The CW network will become the exclusive home to the NASCAR Xfinity Series beginning in 2025 and extending through the 2023 racing season. So, 6-year contract there with the CW starting at the start of the 2025 season. So, still, yes, it's upcoming, but which drivers will miss it right now? As of right now, it's Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick, and Joey Logano. Harvick and Logano both 4 points out. Bubba Wallace, the final guy in, 4 points above. I believe Logano would win on tiebreak over Harvick. I don't know who wins if all 3 tie between Bubba, Logano, and Harvick. If all 3 tie, that's where it gets confusing there. But as of right now, Wallace has 4 points, and as long as he doesn't lose 4 spots, yeah, we don't have to worry about tiebreakers. Yay. Because tiebreakers get confusing. Oh, that's a lot of bleeped out things on the radio there for Bubba Wallace. Yay. So he's having that is a rough time there. Alright. But yeah, settling back in, let's see. Gap is now 3 seconds between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Are you kidding me? Yeah, JJ Haley is old. How old is he now at this point? Because he's been racing for a while. He's been racing the same amount of time. He's 46, but yeah, he's been racing the same amount of time as he and Denny Hamlin were rookies together back in 2006. I saw someone saying after Wallace made the playoffs that he wouldn't make the round of 12. Well, hey, you know what? Yeah, it very well could be wrong here. Harvick does watermelon move to... you aren't allowed to do the melon. The hail melon wouldn't be allowed this year. If he tries that, he would get penalized in post-race here. I think at least Harvick might get in. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? That very well could here. Well, as of right now, Logano's already out, but hey, you know what? I would love to see Michael McDowell get in there, knock out Bubba Wallace. I know Will's not going to be too happy with me saying that, but yeah. But also, at this track, the Hail Melon really wouldn't work too well between the banking at the track. That banking is very steep. I know I've walked it before. And the fact that everybody's running the high line, you can't gain that kind of time going there. Not to mention one other thing. But yeah, not to mention he only he's only on the same lap with, he's actually the highest car on his lap, so yeah, it's not very easy to find a path for Harvick to find 4 spots. It would come down to Wallace losing 4 spots here. Yeah, it doesn't work on the NASCAR Heat 5 game, but that doesn't really make much of a difference there. Here we go. Now we got Denny Hamlin trying to lap his teammate here. Yeah, well, I was say, trust me, there will be some celebrating if Logano does end up missing the round of 16, which I believe he probably will, but here we go. Denny Hamlin continuing to just turn good laps here, trying to get by his teammate. Martin Truex Jr. just trying to hold on to whatever he can to try and advance. He's currently 5 points above the cut line, so here we go. We're going to say this race definitely starting to wind down. We got about 10 laps to go here. 10 laps to go for Denny Hamlin to try and win this race. Could we potentially see a late race yellow here mess up everything? That'd be crazy, but wait, is Denny Hamlin's coming up to lap Carson Hocevar in 11th place? Are you kidding me? Carson Hocevar in 11th place is about to go a lap down here to Denny Hamlin. And here we go. So, they're showing a clip from Denny Hamlin's intro song or whatever when he walked out on the... But yeah, caution here with Randy LaJoie. I believe, is that Randy? I think it's Randy's son, yeah? Randy, I don't remember if it's son or grandson, but I think it's his son. Let's see. Let's see. So Corey LaJoie is Randy LaJoie's son, by the way, not grandson. But yeah, if there's a yellow, then Larson might have. Well, yeah. If Larson gets a shot, I don't think Larson's gonna play easy with Hamlin. I know I mentioned earlier that Larson may wait to pay Hamlin back necessarily for the next round of the playoffs potentially, but again, I don't think he would necessarily wait and say if there's an opportunity for some contact, there still could be. And here we go, Stenhouse 10th place about to go a lap down here too. But yeah. But here we go. Let's see. Denny Hamlin now trying to lap. Byron and Stenhouse are both right in front of Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin could leave this race as only 8 cars on the lead lap. And that would be a dominating race here for Denny Hamlin here. Larson has put some good races together, so has Hamlin. Yeah, realistically, I expect to see both these guys racing in the round of 8, but I don't know. Maybe Kyle Larson will put an end to Denny Hamlin in round of 12. But here we go. Final lap. White flag is out. No cautions at this point. Well, a caution would end the race here. Coming off turn 4, Denny Hamlin wins the Bristol night race here in Bristol, Tennessee. Kyle Larson comes home second. Third, Christopher Bell. He is in the playoff. He will be moving on to the next round. Busher moving on to the next round in 4th. Ty Gibbs comes home 5th. Not in the playoffs here. Bubba Wallace is in the playoffs. He is going to move on to round of 12. Good job, Will, on that one. And Joey Logano goes home in the round of 16. The defending champion goes home in the round of 16 here. Man. But here we go. So, Denny Hamlin, Larson, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, William Byron, all advancing. But, yeah, as I say, a good average finish there for a lot of these guys. Truex holds on to his playoff spot. Blaney, Chastain, Kyle Busch also advancing. Tyler Reddick makes it as well. Kevin Harvick, Logano, Bubba Wallace, so Kevin Harvick, Logano, Stenhouse, and Michael McDowell end up being the 4 guys eliminated from the playoffs here tonight. Denny Hamlin burning it down on the front stretch. So 2 former Cup Series champions, including the reigning Cup Series champion, eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Man, this is a weird year to be a NASCAR fan, but man, I'm excited for it. Dimebag says thanks for the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, these broadcasts are, it's a ton of fun to be able to talk with you guys as we get ready for this one, but yeah, hey, you know what? At least McDowell's out the playoffs, so yeah, Kyle Busch survives to fight another day. He's the last driver I got of my big 3 that are in the playoffs, so here we go. Real quick, though, as we always do, I'm going to do a quick rundown through the entire field, just give every driver their due, but yeah, here we go. So, Denny Hamlin, obviously winning the race. We already talked about him a lot as he was closing in on the end. Kyle Larson 2nd, Bell 3rd, Buescher 4th, Ty Gibbs coming home 5th as the best non-playoff driver. Michael McDowell comes up short, but a very strong day for Michael McDowell. Shows a lot of hope for next year. Then we got Chase Elliott coming home 7th, still looking for his first win of the season. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll come at the Charlotte Roval. Brad Keselowski comes home 8th, advances to the next round. Byron advances to the next round with a 9th place finish. Stenhouse, 10th place, not good enough today. He comes home. He goes home shorthanded this time. Carson Hocevar, the first car 1 lap down in 11th place. Hocevar really proving that he belongs here in the Cup Series, and sounds like he may be in position for a Spire Motorsports seat next year, possibly either the 77 or this 3rd car that they just acquired the charter for. Then you got Ryan Preece coming home in 12th. 13th, Alex Bowman, a couple more non-playoff guys there. Then you got the 2311 teammates, Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. Both will see round 2 action in the playoffs. And Denny Hamlin getting plenty of boos as he climbs from the car. Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon, and Eric Almirola rounding out positions 16, 17, and 18. Just some average days for some non-playoff guys. But Todd Gilliland actually had a pretty good day after that strategy call they made to try and grab track position early. Then you got Truex and Kyle Busch both advancing to the next round of the playoffs with 19th and 20th place respectively there. Suarez comes home 21st. Then you got Blaney and Chastain 22nd and 23rd, also advancing. Then you got Jones and Corey LaJoie with some issues after leading 48 laps here tonight. J.J. Yeley comes home 26th. 27th for Chase Briscoe. 28th, Harrison Burton. 29th for Kevin Harvick. A bad day there, and he doesn't end up advancing to the next round, so he is out. He will not be racing for the championship in his farewell season. AJ Allmendinger. Oh man, that is a lot of boos on the broadcast. But AJ Allmendinger comes home 9 laps down in 30th. BJ McLeod announces that they're selling the charter for that team going into next year. Comes home 31st. Austin Cindric 32nd, 12 laps down. Ty Dillon comes home 33rd, out the race. Joey Logano out the race, out the playoffs, comes home 34th. Justin Haley 35th, and Ryan Newman, the final car in the field, comes home 240 laps down, 10 laps shy of halfway here. But yeah, nice chatting with all you guys. That's the entire rundown through the entire field. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. I will be live tomorrow doing the Jets Cowboys game with my dad. We'll be doing a co-broadcast of that game. So hopefully that'll be pretty good. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video. Live stream, what do you guys decide to do with the rest of your day? Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!